we go. What's up, everybody? Newsboyz.
What is up? I just Instagrammed out a thing saying what's going on right now.
Sick. Hang on. Sorry, I gotta do some music lowering. Sorry, I don't have my shit totally together at the moment, but there we go. All right. Goodbye, Ween. You've been great. We love you, Ween, but you can't keep hanging out. What's up, dude?
Not much. How are you?
Good, man. What's up, everybody in chat? Thanks for being here for another installment of Newsboyz.
Here we are. Welcome, Newsboy Nation. Here it is, the flagship show on the Whitest Kids Network.
The only show you really need to watch.
Yeah. The jewel in the crown of the Whitest Kids Empire.
That's right. That's right. Fuck our catalog of sketches. Fuck our 5 seasons. This is really the point, if you think about it.
'Twas all prelude to this.
Yeah.
That was just all the sketches were just an appetizer to lure people in to the greatest show on Twitch.
There we go. I see people are already yelling, "Put us on Comedy Central, Trevor." What's happening with your blow up doll Comedy Central situation?
Oh, so I got. Thank you, everybody. I got a lot of responses. People.
Oops, Hank. Sorry, guys. Hold on now. Hang on. I just fucked something up. Trevor, are you gone? Wow.
I'm here.
Oh, good. There it is. I figured it out.
Yeah.
Sorry. Continue.
No, I'm saying evidently it is easy to get people to fuck a robot.
Oh yeah, that surprises me.
No, we got a lot of people. So I submitted everybody who asked to be on. I submitted it to my producers, and they're going through it this week, and we're gonna hook somebody up. They say someone says I'm really quiet. I wonder.
You are. I can do that. That's me. You don't worry about it. I'll turn you up.
Okay.
There you go. Twerking, thank you. You angel. I love you twerking.
Yeah. So that's going well. And then the other thing is I'm doing a whole episode on cults.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's talk about cults, dude.
Yeah, and I'm getting people who have survived being in cults on and everything. And one thing that we need is people to send in videos of what they think would be a good initiation for a cult, because we're going to see if we can get people to emulate whatever people send in. So make a video if you got an idea for a good initiation for our cult. Make a video, send it to me on Instagram or Twitter. Both are iTrevorMoore.
You're gonna get some weird videos, dude.
Yeah, but if we like them, we'll put them on the Comedy Central show. So.
You know what's funny? I can't think of the word cult without thinking of Adam Sandler's audio sketch about cults. You know what I'm talking about? It was I think it was on like They're All Gonna Laugh at You. They're playing basketball. And it's like, join the religious cult with me. I feel like that sketch actually got me interested in cults. Oh, we already hit level 5 on our hype train. Usually, if you're new to this channel, at level 5, we fuck with somebody.
Incredible.
One of the other Whitest Kids. I don't know what.
But it never works. It never works. We got to figure out something else to do for hype train.
Okay, so you know what I did, and I didn't ask for anyone's blessing, and maybe this is fucked up. But I opened Fight Barn and I picked out. I only did it once, and I picked out one funny line from Fight Barn, and I gave that. I read it as a hype train reward.
Holy shit! Where'd you get fight? You had a script of.
I went into my email. I found it.
We could do that. We could do that with like End of the World.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
All right. I mean, where are we at viewers wise? What are we at? This is.
We're embarrassing right now. It's 293. I feel ashamed of these numbers. I'm not gonna.
No, I have us at 457.
Oh, okay, so mine's out of date. All right. Well, that's better.
We're at a paltry 457, but that's nothing for Newsboyz.
Yeah.
I assume, I'll be honest. We've been screwing with the lineup a little bit. Like, last week we were an hour later, so it might be a little tricky for people to know when we're on. So yeah. we've got to figure that out. But don't worry, we'll get up there.
Yeah, it's all right. Hype train level 5, 344. It's coming. So I had a big discussion with my show today. People are calling me a Chad, and I had to confess earlier today I didn't really know what a Chad was.
Really?
I mean, it was exactly what I assumed it was.
Yeah.
People are saying lots of lag. Lag is bad, boys. I don't know what to tell you guys about the lag. Maybe refresh your browser.
Welcome to Lag Boys.
Yeah, lag boys in effect.
Somebody said this is Newsboyz.
Oh,
You're
well, that
banned for
person
life.
can be banned forever.
Fucking banned for life.
Yeah.
We're just getting going, guys. We haven't even gotten into the news yet. Chill out. Shut the fuck up.
Eat our fucking asses. Lag boys. I don't get it. I don't know what to do about the lag. I don't think that's our fault. I think you guys are. I think it's your fault, chat. Fuck you.
Chad. I mean, I think that term's been around for a minute, but like it's had a resurgence because of the incel community.
Well, this is what I was told today. Yes. And here's something else I learned. Do you know what a female Chad is called?
A Stacy.
I didn't know that.
I did.
Does everyone know that? Is that a thing everybody knows? It may be. I don't know.
Yeah, Chads and Stacys.
All right.
Yeah. So people are saying you're a Chad.
I think they're just trying to get me to talk about Chads.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so what's up with this lag, guys? Everyone's saying OBS issue, I bet. How bad is the lag? Do I need to, like, quit my OBS and restart it? Because I will. Don't dare me to. But I do want people to be able to watch this shit.
Who do you think is the most Chad person you've ever met?
This is only audio. Okay, who's the most Chad? I mean, I can't say that, right?
Why? Is it
I
bad?
don't know. It's kind of shitty to, like, name somebody. Stream says Zach's streaming Bloodborne. No, it doesn't. All right, you know what, dude? I think I'm going to have to shut this down and maybe just restart it. Maybe that's the issue.
Is it cool if I stay on?
You can try. I don't know if it'll work. All right, I'm gonna quit my OBS. Fixed it. All right. I don't know what's going on. F for lag. All you had to do is stop the background porn. I've done this before. Yeah. I'm running Streamlabs OBS, Rongina. So I don't know. All right, I think it's better. All right, good.
Someone says much better.
We fucking did it, man.
I'm refreshing mine, and we are. How many viewers? Did we go down?
I think if we went down one viewer, we should just quit.
Yep.
And I'm not even lying. I think that
this will be the shortest Newsboyz.
Yeah, we should just quit. Oh, I see. 927. Okay, we went up. All right.
So we should not be on the air more because we go up when that
we went up
happens.
like 400 people. God, we're fucking awesome. Man.
People liked it when we were gone.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing I know. All right. Fuck. I got it. You guys stop messaging me on Discord. It comes up on the screen. I'm quitting Discord. All right. So what's up, man? What happened this week? What did we miss in the news?
I don't know. So Chris Christie's fine.
He's out of the hospital, right?
He's fine. He says he's felt better than in decades.
No, he didn't say that. Did he?
He did say that. Yeah.
He said he did the Trump line where he's like, I haven't felt this good in decades.
Yeah, whatever that is that they're giving those dudes is some great drug. Like, and I don't know. I don't want to jinx it because I don't want to get it. But like, I gotta say, and I was joking about this earlier, but I was like, if Chris Christie lives, I'm a little less afraid of COVID because
you said that last week. I remember.
That is a big jumbo man.
Yeah.
And he lived. So I'm kind of gonna go back to living my life.
I know that the lag is back. I don't know what to do about the lag, guys. There's nothing I can do. I can try and fuck with my bitrate, but I'll look at that. I hate having to do this fucking bullshit. Let me go to output. Replay button. Fuck all this.
Someone said, Trevor, how was your anniversary dinner? It was very nice. It was my first time going to a restaurant since March. So I was sort of nervous, but I was up in Santa Barbara, and it wasn't that bad. I mean, it never really hit up there that bad, so it was okay. It felt safe. Now we're back down to 542. People don't like our stories. We got to just. Zach's gone.
No, I'm here, man.
Oh, you were just holding yourself very still.
I can't even. First of all, my bit rate's at 3,000, which I feel like is pretty decent bit rate. I don't want to drop below that. I don't know what to do. It's weird, man. How was the dog shit? Somebody asks.
It was good. A weird thing though happened because it was my wife and my 10-year wedding anniversary, and so I was like, I'll get a picture. And so I got the waiter over, and I was gonna give him my phone, be like, can you take a picture? And then I got weird about it because I was like, wait, I don't want this guy touching my phone.
Yeah, you don't want someone touching your fucking phone, dude.
Yeah. So
then you're like, take a photo on your phone and then text it to me, but then you give him your number. That's also weird. There's no good way to do this.
So I was just like, hey, excuse me. And he came over and I was like, never mind. And he's like, all right, you're a weirdo. Like that. So.
Did I ever tell you about the story when I was dating Sarah, not my wife Sarah, but the other Sarah in New York? And it was like one of our earlier dates. And we went to the Spotted Pig. You know that restaurant on the west side? It's a very fancy restaurant, right? It's good. It's a good place. So, you know, we'd not been dating long. Our relationship is not like, we're not comfortable with each other yet. You know, I'm still.
That's why
like,
you're still taking her to nice restaurants.
I'm taking her to nice restaurants. I'm behaving myself. I'm like trying not to drop F-bombs, you know, which I don't, she didn't give a shit. But, so we're at the Spotted Pig and they seat us upstairs. If you've ever been there, you know, there's 2 levels and they give us this table that's like not very good. And it's against the wall. And what's worse is that it has a fire alarm mounted on the wall right between our heads. And it's like the alarm, and then it has that, it's one of those fire alarms with like the big plastic shell. Right. You know, that like the bubble that like comes out, and it's very intrusive. It's like we almost have to like be talking like this. And I'm like annoyed at this. I feel like this is the worst table in the room. And you know, we're eating, and at one point I make this joke. I'm like, well, you know what I should do when it's time to pay the check? I'll just flip this bad boy and we'll just skedaddle on out of here. And I lift the plastic, just the bubble. I don't touch the alarm. I just lift the bubble. The bubble falls off. The alarm goes. It's deafening. Dude, strobe lights are going. Everybody in the restaurant is like freaking. They're all staring. I'm freaking the fuck out. They're not. And I've got the bubble. And now I'm panicking, right? The adrenaline is like surging through my room. Sarah's so embarrassed. She's got her menu and she's just holding it over her face. Oh and my God. I finally get the bubble back on top. I fit it on the thing. The alarm stops. I like relax. And then it falls off again and the alarm goes back on. It was like a fucking Faulty Towers episode. Finally, I get it on. The fucking waiter comes and he's like this like super Italian, like Brooklyn tough guy. He's not the waiter. He's the fucking manager of the place. He's like, he comes over and in front of the whole restaurant, he's like, what are you doing to me, bro? What are you doing to me, bro? And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, why? I didn't touch the alarm. I touched the guard. He's like, why would you touch the guard? I'm like, why would the guard be the alarm? Why even have a guard if the guard is the alarm? He's like, now the fire department's on their way. That's going to cost me $7,000, punk. Are you going to pay $7,000? Sarah is just like not moving. She's just like holding the fucking menu up. And then he left and I'm like asking other tables. I'm like, why would the guard set off the alarm? What's the point of having a guard?
And no one wants to talk to you.
Everyone's just like, staring at me. It was like the most fucking embarrassing restaurant ever.
You see what a Chad would have done.
Well, people are already calling me a Chad for that. So,
yeah, well, I think what a Chad would have done is you just stayed calm. You're like, all right, I made a joke. It didn't work. You just stay the course. And when the waiter comes over, you just go like, there you are. I would like the...
Yeah, and don't take so much time. Oh, my God, dude.
I did not know that the bubble was the censor.
Why? That makes no logical sense, dude. Why would that be the case?
Yeah. That's stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Fuck the spotted pig.
Here's the kind of comments you can get from chat. A Chad wouldn't need to go to a restaurant to secure pussy. Thank you, Moose on Goose. Point. That's a really helpful comment, dude. I appreciate that. I'll take that into account. Guys, could we get a mod to ban Moose on Goose for life? Thank you very much for that.
Well, how did Chads come up in the first place?
Somebody called me a Chad.
Okay.
Just the usual abuse that one takes on the internet.
There's a great documentary on incels.
What's it called?
Where they talk. I forget. But it's like this. It's not even like a real documentary. It's like a girl made this documentary as like a college film, and she just hangs out with a bunch of like incels. But there's one of them is like a pickup artist, or like, and so
he's incel like, pickup artist.
Well, that's the reveal. I'm ruining the documentary, but like it starts out like this guy. He's like, I'm gonna teach these incels how to like get girls, and he's like, he takes them shopping, and like he's getting them like new looks, and he's like, you got to look like this, girls like this and everything like that. And then as the documentary goes on, they talk to him, and it's just the thing he's doing. He's like a virgin who's never had a.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so he just decided, like, he read, because I remember like when we were in like New York in like our 20s, there was something called The Game.
Oh yeah, I mean everyone knows about that. That wasn't like a us New York thing. That was like a cultural thing. Moose Magic, thank you.
So something called The Game, a book came out, which was basically like, oh, if you're a fucking nerd, like you can, here's a book that'll make you not a nerd or whatever. But like, evidently in the thing, what it tells all the nerds to do is that it was like, you need a piece of flair. So it was like, get a crazy scarf, or get like a top hat, and I think this is how the whole fucking fedora shit happened.
Yeah.
Because the game was like, you need some fucking weird, stupid piece of clothing. That way people will talk about you, and girls will be like, who's the guy with the dumb scarf? And then they told you to be mean to her. Like, so she'd come up.
That's called negging, sure.
Negging, yeah. So they're like, hey nerds, dress dumb, and then when like a girl comes up to you, be like a dick. And which honestly would probably work fine if you weren't a fucking nerd. Like if you're like a cool guy and you're mean to a girl, like she might still like you anyway. So the funniest thing about it was for like a year or two, you'd be at these bars in New York and you'd see this group of nerds walk in with fucking like Harry Potter scarves. Like, you could always tell which ones were reading the game, because you'd be like, oh, there's one right there. There's a guy with a peacock hat. Like, it is a fucking nerd with a peacock hat. It was the greatest.
They were like the closest thing Manhattan had to juggalos. They're like distinct with their fucking adherence to some idiotic shit.
And they're like, they've read the book and they're like all excited, and they went down and they got their fucking peacock sweater or a peacock thing on, and they go into the bar and then they open it, and then there's a bunch of assholes like us. They're like, there's one right there.
Fuck him. Fuck this dude. Someone
said, didn't Trevor used to be a rollerblade guy? I did.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, that's right.
I was.
With frosted tips, no less. So yeah, they kind of got your number on that, I guess.
Yep.
Let me do a couple of quick thank yous. Julia on the Ruin, thank you for subbing with Prime. Following and subbing helps us all, guys. It helps us all. It helps us a lot. Trying to make a fucking movie here, people. We need you. We need you guys. And it's been going well. I guess we could do maybe we'll do our like movie updates progress report tomorrow or something like that. But
Sam got a little snippy with me.
Why?
On Buckerson and Myers.
Oh boy, did he? Yeah, he did.
No, but he goes. He was like, you guys do your show on Friday and you tell all your stories on Friday. And I was like, no, we tell stories on Saturday too.
Why would he care? Does he want us to tell stories about us on Self Suck Saturday?
I don't know. He might have been joking.
I do remember him saying that. I'm now that you mention it, yeah. Yeah. What else, dude? What else? Should we talk about a news story? I would bring up the Discord, but I'm so annoyed that like I'm screen sharing. So anytime someone messages me on Discord, it pops up in the right. So whatever. Now that I mention it, it's just going to be a flood. But let me go into the Newsboyz section, see if anyone's flagged some stories for us to check.
While you're doing that, how is the new Buckerson and Myers looking?
Oh, it's good. It's good, man. Oh my god, and my brothers are texting and shit.
I liked this one.
Yeah, I liked it too. It's fun because I don't think this is too much of a spoiler, but like everyone is it's getting worse. The relationship breakdown is accelerating, and you can tell like it's popping off, and it's going to pop off worse.
And it might not right itself.
No, I don't. I actually don't think that it will right itself.
Yeah. So I agree. I also like that. So
yeah.
So yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Well, here's something. Joe Biden sets up his own Animal Crossing island for the presidential something. What? That's pretty wild, I guess.
Like Joe Biden knows what the fuck.
Could you imagine like them trying to get Joe Biden to like learn Animal Crossing? It's going to be good for the campaign.
He probably doesn't know what a video game is. I mean, like, he is like, look, our country doesn't work. It's fucked up. It's broken. Everybody, you can't be president until you're 83 years old. It's insane. Like, it's not working. But like, of all of them, he's like the oldest. So it's like he's the one that's doing Animal Crossings. Like, you know, like people are going to be like, oh, that was Biden's idea. No, so it's like he doesn't remember, and all that stuff is horrible. Like, remember when they had Hillary Clinton doing Instagram during her campaign?
I mean, I just remember Hillary Clinton being like, I'm here in Dayton, Ohio, just hanging out, and she was like kind of doing this like rhythmic like. Does anyone remember the fuck she said? It was like the cringiest shit I ever saw in my life. My brother stopped texting me. Keep going.
They had one where it was Instagram because they're like, oh, Hillary. It's like, I don't need these people to be. I don't need these people to be Twitch streaming. You know, I don't need like, you know, like just let them be. You know, all I want is like, I want them to do a good job and for me to not have to think about them for a couple months. Yeah. That's all I want right at this point.
Honestly, that's Biden's whole appeal. It's like, you can ignore me. It's okay.
You'll forget I'm here.
Let me just blend into the scenery, guys. Yeah. And that sounds amazing.
But Hillary was like going on Instagram, and there was one where she had a beer koozie and a beer, and she's sitting there, and it's her, and she like doesn't know it's on, so she's like looking like she doesn't know when to start, and she goes more like Chillery Clinton.
Oh, God, that physically affects me.
And right there, I was like, Trump wins.
She really was. She drove me fucking crazy. Yeah, what a lady.
A worst candidate.
Chilling at Grand Rapids. Oh boy, I'm tempted to pull that up and watch it, but no.
You remember the one where she was at the radio station, like the hip hop radio station, and she was like, and there was she was like, what do you keep in your purse? She goes, hot sauce, and they're like, what?
It's the worst answer she could have given, dude. That is the worst answer she could have given. If you were her enemy, you'd be like, say hot sauce, you know?
Yeah. God. And so then so for 40 years, everybody's like, yeah, the Russians stole it from Hillary. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Did you see Chillery in Grand Rapids?
Oh my God. Yeah. Did she do the nay or say love me some nay or something like that? Oh, God. Someone is messaging me on Discord to tell me how to turn off the messaging on Discord. Dude, just don't do it.
If she was running again, she would be like twerking to like wet ass pussy or something like that. Like, you know, and she'd be like, I'm like you, I'm a kid. And you're like, you're not.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you shot today, huh? You shot an episode?
I did.
Studio audience or no?
No studio audience, but I directed it, which was weird.
Why is that weird? You've done that 100 times.
Not since COVID.
So you have to like hang back at the Video Village, and do you approach the actors or no?
Yeah, but you have to have a face mask on, a face shield, which I kept forgetting. And so like I would go in, and there's people who are hired who are just like 6 feet.
I was just gonna ask, did Disney hire like a babysitter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like.
And what happens? Did they tell you like, look, if I give you 4 warnings, we shut this whole thing down?
I mean, yeah, that's basically what happens.
Jesus Christ, man.
Kurt Braunohler was in the episode tonight.
Oh, I love Kurt.
That was cool.
Yeah. Did you see? Here's one. Did you see Trump's YMCA dance? Did you see this?
I did at Beverly Hills.
Oh, was that in Beverly Hills?
Yeah, it was a bunch of Trump people went to Beverly Hills, and they did, but it was M-A-G-A. M-A-G-A, like kind of thing, yeah.
God, and he's on stage. You see him kind of dancing. It's just as bad as Hillary. It's brutal, man.
My favorite from this year was the Pete Buttigieg dance.
Can you pull it up? I have not seen that.
Let me look for it. It's the worst. Like, we should just not have presidents anymore.
Dude, I don't think we should have senators or congressmen. I think we should do all of our voting on some sort of like forum where you don't vote for a politician, you vote on the issue, and you get the issue, you get a pro argument, you get a con argument, and you get to pick which one you want to go. If we could have a much more informed electorate that way, we're just like sending these meat bags, these greedy meat bags, to go fucking, you know, make these decisions. It's fucking ridiculous.
Also, like, we're trying so hard to keep everybody together. It's like, do we really all need to be together? I mean, like, can't we just... break into little states or something?
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
I don't know. It's not something I've really thought through.
Yeah, I can tell. You're winging it, bro.
I want to go back to a feudal system. All right, here I got the Buttigieg.
All right, let's see it. Share that screen. Remember to share the audio.
Hold on. I'm gonna get through this commercial real quick.
You don't have ad blocker on your Chrome?
No, I don't.
No. God, you're a boomer.
All right, wait.
It's pronounced booty gig, says Ronjana. I don't think you're right about that, Ronjana.
I don't do Chrome. I do Earthlink. I do Office Outlook. All right.
Oh God.
Here we go. Can you hear?
When you play it, I'll tell you.
Here we go. It was a song.
Where's Pete?
Well, no, it was all his followers. It was a song that his campaign, every time they would do something, they'd be like, "This is Pete's dance. This is what you do to this song," and they would all do that. And it was, you can look it up, Pete Buttigieg dance. And at all of the rallies, people are doing this dance and song like all across the country.
And that caught on, and people were like, "That was a thing." I never heard about that.
That was a thing.
Yeah, fucking weird.
That's the thing. You know what's fucked up is like even like politicians that I like, kind of like.
Yeah.
Because there's not
like who you hate all politicians.
I know, but like it's like someone who's not like I'm like, well, okay, whatever.
No, who? Name a name. Who's someone that you're like neutral at best? Yang, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I like Yang.
Okay.
But like, but even people that I'm like, they're okay, they're fine, like that. Whenever I see their supporters,
right,
I really want to see those supporters. Like when the guy loses, like I really, because I just hate their support. I hate everyone's supporters so much that like I'm like, oh God, like all those people dancing, like, oh, I wish I could just watch them when like he didn't get the nomination, like kind of thing. Does that make sense?
I mean, it's like, yeah, Schadenfreude, I suppose, but like, yeah, I guess, yeah. Somebody says Trevor hates joy. Yeah, I don't know what other conclusion you could draw from that. Or Trevor derives joy from suffering. I suppose maybe that's more accurate.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. Moose on goose. Okay, whatever, dude. What else is going on this week? Hang on, I want to bring up. I'm gonna lose the screen for a moment here, guys. I gotta fix my whole setup, and then we'll be there. It is. Now we're back. Yeah, what else is happening? Hey, let me do some thank yous really fast. Find another news story, Trevor. Find something we can share.
Well, right now the chat's all talking about AOC.
What's the consensus?
Someone says AOC supporters are the literal worst. Someone says I'd fuck AOC. Somebody says,
whoa, hey, hang on a second. Ronjina donated $500, buddy. Ronjina, you are goddamned angel. And he did it 2 hours ago when no one was even streaming.
That's
dude,
awesome.
Thanks, buddy. That's amazing. We need that.
So
dude.
now we got AOC rules. AOC is the GOAT. AOC is awesome. We're getting some AOC people.
I actually really like AOC, and but I also have promised I went on some political tears on Collective Souls, and some people asked me very respectfully not to, and I was like, okay, all right, let's take a break.
Like some people in your real life, or people on?
No, people in chat. But somebody was just like, hey, dude, like I come here to just kind of like unplug, and I get this all over the place. Can we just like not? And I was like, that's a pretty reasonable request that I can honor.
Right.
Hang on.
I know very little about AOC except that I know she did the Green Deal. That's literally all I know.
She did the Green Deal, or she supports the Green Deal?
She wrote it. She got in and she was like, I have an idea. And she wrote the Green Deal.
I didn't know she wrote it. Okay, shows what I know.
I could be wrong. The one thing I know about her, I probably don't know.
Oh, dude, you know how dumb we are? Like, we got so much shit this week because when Derek Chauvin had the $1 million bond and he got out for $100,000, you and I are both like, how the fuck do you get out for $100,000? I guess everyone in America knows you get out for 10% of your bail. You post 10% of your
know
bill.
that?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah,
I'm not in jail.
I guess everyone in chat's a fucking felon. Excuse the shit out of us, you fucks. Oh my god.
I don't know the rules for walking to the electric chair either. Leave me the fuck alone.
Oh my god.
Oh, you know what we were dumb for though?
What's that?
We talked about Matchbox 20 for 20 minutes last week and didn't put together that was Rob Thomas from Smooth.
Oh. Yeah. Wait, why did I don't even remember talking to you about Matchbox 20 last week.
Yeah, we were talking about bad bands I'd seen.
Oh, you saw them live?
Yeah, remember
I know you saw Creed. I forgot that you also saw Matchbox 20. Oh, god.
Yeah, they gave the matchbooks with the Matchbox 20 thing in it like that. But yeah, we were
okay, got it. Now I remember. Yeah, fucking idiots. They didn't even get it right. They passed out a matchbook, and their name is Matchbox. I just feel like that's so. Do you think anyone was like, is it weird that it's a matchbook, guys? And the publicist is like, no, it's not. It's normal. Go.
It probably cost 10 cents more.
Yeah.
To get the matchbook.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Hang on. I got to do these thank yous because then they get out of line. Then I miss them all together. So let me just do some quick sub thanks. Spaceman Eric, thanks, buddy, for the gifted. Crippled Panda, you're great. Magical Gnome subbed, great name. Vic Sterling, thank you, my friend. Diaz, Hot Dog Water Burps, which is one of my favorite names. Gifted a ton, thanks, dude. Brutus Shadowfen. Okay. Whoa, he went fucking ham. Steve Iskey, thanks, dude. Twerkin, I love you, Twerkin. I think I got if I missed you, I apologize. Oh, and Dolan Money Sign. Doylan Money Sign? I don't know what that says. Thanks, man. All right, cool.
Let's say we turn against Trevor for hating on Rob. Was I hating on Rob?
I'll hate on Rob. I mean, he sucks, dude.
I mean, I'm not. I'm not. I only know that one song. I couldn't tell you another Matchbox 20. So.
Yeah.
Somebody said, "What is?" I have no interest in. Oh, someone said. Someone was asking about the Hunter Biden stuff, because they're talking about conspiracy theories, and I admit I do not really know much about the Hunter Biden stuff.
I mean, here's what I know is that the New York Post published it, which is literally the bottom of the barrel for journalism, and the person that wrote the shit for the New York Post was a fucking Sean Hannity talent booker who has no other articles. This is not journalism. This is literally a fucking
write?
hit job. Just some more fucking Burisma, Hunter Biden, old shit. It's just this fucking garbage. Whatever. It's who gives a shit, dude?
I mean,
Trevor,
really
just
care.
a little. You got it, dude. Keep going. Sorry, man.
I don't really care. I mean, about people's kids.
Yeah.
Running for president, you
got me. I will not be voting for Hunter Biden this year. You win.
Right. But what is the thing? So Trump's been talking about that he did something in Ukraine or something. Is it that? Is it because that?
It's the Burisma.
Oh, it's that. It's still that. Okay.
Yeah, man. All of them are related, so I guess no one ever can. Okay, I'm just reading a random chat. It doesn't make any fucking sense. What about the video of Joe Biden literally admitting to getting the prosecutor for the Burisma case fired? Yeah, that's actually called international relations, Shesky. It's done from the beginning of the State Department, where when there are bad actors in other countries' justice system, the United States has always consistently recommended moves like that. That's so normal, it's kind of ridiculous. And I know this because I've had this conversation with my uncle Bill Taylor, who was the diplomat to the Ukraine, and there was no breach of protocol there. It's just kind of insane that you point at something normal and call it something.
Why would you
abnormal.
wait?
What?
If you're a diplomat, you have to ask for that, right?
Yeah, that's part of the job.
Why would you want to be a diplomat to the Ukraine? It's
a pretty amazing job. The Ukraine is a very important country in terms of the global political, ecosystem. It's a crucial chess piece in the Cold War, so between Russia and the West. It's wildly important, and they're one of our key allies against Russia. And so the idea that like we wouldn't defend them like vigorously is kind of crazy. It puts not just like America, but like the whole West, like it undermines our security. So it's just like madness that we would like extort them with our security dollars. It's truly just fucking nuts.
See,
Zach likes proxy wars. No, if I liked proxy wars, I would undermine the Ukrainian security. Yeah, that's what I would do. Zach, please stop. You're banned for life. Fuck off.
In my mind, like Ukraine is like it's all like gray weather, like rainy, and it's like it's shitty, and everyone's like they're just like eating beets like an apple or something like that. Yeah. So I would be like, if I was like at a point where I could be asked to be a diplomat, I'd be like Italy or something. Like like why? Because did he say I would like to go to this?
I think he's such like a whatever my country asks, I'm gonna do. Except when he was done in the Ukraine, they asked him to go be the diplomat, the ambassador to Iraq, and he was like, no,
fuck that.
He's like, I'm so tired. Please. So yeah, Zach is a chat for sure. Now I'm convinced. Okay, all right. What?
There's like only 2 countries I would maybe be a diplomat for.
Which ones?
Italy and England.
England? Yeah. You'd be busy as fuck in both of those countries, dude.
No, I wouldn't.
You want to pick a country where you're just gonna chill.
That's what I would do in both of those countries.
I'd be like Uruguay. You know, you go live someplace cool. They kind of got their shit together. You're not gonna be fucked.
What the fuck's happening in Uruguay?
Nothing.
No, but what's it like?
It's nice.
It sounds like there's not even cars.
Are you kidding? No, Uruguay's cool, man. Yeah.
All right.
No, Uruguay's like it's rad. No, you know my other uncle, my Uncle Dave, he was in the Peace Corps, and so the Peace Corps is this thing where it's like you enlist in the Peace Corps, they're going to send you over to a country for 2 years, right? And you get one veto. So if they assign you a country, and you only once can you say like, no, I don't want to go there, and then whatever they give you next, you gotta go. So my Uncle Dave, they sent him to Mauritania, which is like
that's not even real. That's from Lord of the Rings.
He said it was like
that's the fucking Lord of the Rings world.
He went and he lived for 2 years in the deserts of Mauritania, and he was just like, this is hell. Like he was like, this is the worst place.
They're like, we've got this ring. It's a big problem. There's a volcano you've got to throw it into.
He says he had a friend. He had a friend in the Peace Corps who got sent to some South Pacific island that was like really small. I don't even know the name of it. But he gets there, and you got to spend 2 years at these places. 2 years of your life, you're there. Yeah. And he gets there, and he says, like, it was the worst. The island, this culture had this tradition where the women did all the work, and the men just laid in hammocks. And that literally, like, the men didn't do shit. The women did everything. And he was like, when I tried to help people work, they wouldn't let me. I was like trapped in a hammock, which sounds nicer in a hammock in a South Pacific island. He was like, no, dude. I like gave up 2 years of my life to like be of use to people, to be of service. I'm stuck in a hammock. So he's like so lonely. He's like so isolated. And he hears this story. I love this. He hears this story. They're like, you know, there's another island like 2 days boat ride away. And there's another American woman in the Peace Corps on that island. And he was so sick of these people after a year of living on this place. He was like, I need to have a conversation with another like rational human being. So he made this 2-day journey to this other island to go meet this other woman that's his age from America.
This is like an old Irish joke.
Yeah, right? You think it's gonna So he finally gets there, he gets out, and he like they take him to her, and they introduced, and he said it was like immediate. There was just this disdain between the two of them. You ever just meet someone where you just like it just doesn't fucking like you're oil and water from the
every day.
Yeah, all the time. Right, I forgot who I was talking to. Yeah. So I just made the 2-day journey. He saw this lady for 10 minutes. He's like, get me the fuck out of here. He got back on the boat. Another 2 days home. Fucking hell.
So that just means she was kind of fat, right? Someone said, guys, this is very xenophobic. I don't think it is because it's not saying like, we're not saying like, oh, I hate these countries. I'm literally saying I don't know anything about these countries. That's the fault of the American school system, honestly. So you could take it up with all my teachers.
Yeah. What the fuck else do you want from us, chat? Jesus Christ. What else, dude? Should I troll for some more news stories?
Yeah.
I gotta open my goddamn Discord again.
Someone says the American way is judging shit based on zero knowledge. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's also the Newsboy way.
That's
what we do.
That's what we do here.
Yeah.
So
if you don't like it, go watch,
yeah,
TV.
The difference between us and other news shows is that Sean Hannity, fucking who are some other ones? This guy I know, Tucker Carlson, and who's the lady on MSNBC?
Laura Ingraham. MSNBC. Fucking.
Anyway,
yeah.
All those people, they got jackets on, and they're just like, they kind of are like, I'm smart, and here's what I think about everything. That's not what we're doing here. There's no pretense that we're smart or that we know what we're talking about. So it's not xenophobic. Shut the fuck up.
Did you vote yet?
I did not.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see the last debate.
Oh yeah, here's one. Did you see that? So Trump, did you see retweeted this conspiracy theory? You'll like this. This is a pretty wild conspiracy theory. You know about this?
Oh, good. I don't know yet.
Okay, he retweeted this conspiracy theory that SEAL Team 6 didn't kill bin Laden, and that the Obama and the Bush administration hid bin Laden. They set up a fake murder of bin Laden, and then Obama had the actual SEAL Team 6 murdered to cover it all up, and there was a replacement SEAL Team 6 that took the credit, and it was all a big charade.
Well, no, because I
was obsessed. I think I got this right.
No, I was obsessed with this years ago because I was just like, oh, because I think a lot of the people from SEAL Team 6, I thought the Osama bin Laden assassination was sketchy. Whatever.
Whoa. Why?
Because it was all of a sudden, it was like, oh, he's just here in this house, kind of thing. Like, okay,
How
great.
How do you think that it would go down?
I don't know. There was rumors that he was killed back in 2002 in Tora Bora. There was kind of chatter that he had been killed, but then we hadn't invaded Iraq yet. So then it was like, well, if we kill him, if he's dead, then all of a sudden, how are we going to go invade Iraq, which is the plan?
Oh, okay.
And so also the guy was on dialysis back in 2000.
Wait, bin Laden was?
Yeah, he's on dialysis. So the fact that he's been on dialysis, hiding for this long, he's like the most long-living dialysis patient ever.
Well, okay, he's also a billionaire.
He can't go out. He can't go outside. This
is ridiculous.
So anyway, they kill him. They don't show us when fucking Hussein's kids got killed. Fucking Udale and what?
Be careful! Don't say Udale. Jesus Christ! Now that
I don't.
What's his name? Oodles and Noodle. Come on, man. Udale.
I don't remember the name. What is it?
I don't know. Uday, I believe, but I'm not sure.
Uday, and the other one, it rhymed with that.
Let's just leave it there.
Okay.
Throw out 5 more fictional fucking All right, keep going.
All right. I'll say I did not mean for that
It's fine.
Yeah. So, what was his name?
Uday.
Uday.
By the way, I'm not sure if Uday's the one that got killed, but I think he was, yeah.
Anyway, those guys got killed, and they had their fucking heads blown open. You could see fucking bullet holes in their faces on the front of the newspapers in the United States. It was the front page. You're like, look, and it was gross. You're like, oh, what the fuck? Don't we have rules against this? And they're like, no, they just show these guys with their heads all fucked up. And so then bin Laden dies, the guy who everybody hates and wants to see dead, and they won't show a picture of it at all.
I do agree that is a little weird, but I really don't think that it was. I just don't think you're right about it. I don't think it happened that way. I think. But then the other thing was, a lot of the people from that SEAL Team 6 thing disappeared. They were in a helicopter crash and they died shortly after. Well, not the Trigger Man. The Trigger Man's still on Twitter.
I know. I tried to get him on. I tried to get him on my show.
You did? Why?
Yeah, I did. Because I had a bit that I thought would be funny if the guy who killed bin Laden showed up, and then Disney was like, "What? No, we're not. It's a guy who killed no."
Wait, Disney's position was he's a murderer.
kind of. I mean, they're like we don't. These are kids. We don't want you to come on with a
that
guy.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if you look it up, a lot of the people from SEAL 6 were in a helicopter crash.
Well,
now,
that may be, but I still believe that they killed
I don't know
bin
what
Laden.
I don't know what Trump was tweeting. I don't know what that was.
He was tweeting that there's this massive conspiracy, this huge cover up. And then what was great is that last night on his town hall special, he was grilled on it, and his answer was like, I don't know, I'm just putting it out there. It's a retweet. He goes, it's a retweet. I retweet lots of things.
It's not a thing a president should be doing.
No.
Hey, I have to. Can I take 3 minutes? I'll be right back.
Oh, sure. I'll just hang out with Chad. Get called to Chad a whole bunch. Go ahead.
Is that cool? I'll be
throw
right
me to
back.
These fucking wolves. A lot of SEALs end up in helicopter crashes. A lot of military end up in helicopter crashes. That's true. That's true, Ranjana. I need some medical advice. Oh, I'm your man. What's wrong with you, buddy? I got you. This is gonna be easy for me. I've been eating spicy hot Cheetos for the last few days, and my shit was blood red. Should I see a doctor or just keep eating Cheetos? Just keep eating the Cheetos. Nothing is wrong. You're fine. Late Night Wife Alert is continuing to gift sub. Thanks, buddy. Late Night Wife Alert. Did no one buy the chair? I have not put the chair on eBay yet. For anyone new to the stream, a lot of folks in this chat are in love with this chair. It is not a good chair. It looks fancy, but the pneumatic tube is constantly sagging. It's very uncomfortable. It's an imitation of a higher quality chair. I hate it, and people want it, so I might throw it up on eBay to raise money for the movie. But I'm warning you all now, it's a fucking garbage chair. You're not going to like it.
What's up? I'm going to have to jump again in like 5 minutes, but just for like a minute.
Yeah, it's fine. Zach, what are you waiting for to put the chair up? I'm busy, dude. Whenever I think about it and I have time, I don't know how to put shit up on eBay. I've got to go on, create my fucking account and take a photo. It's like I'm not interested in it. So one day when I have enough time, I'll do it.
People love your chair.
People fucking love this chair, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And somebody made a chair GIF, which is pretty cool. So if we ever fucking make partner on this crazy website,
we're never making partner on this thing.
I don't know what's going on, man. And I emailed that guy again. I don't know what the deal is.
They don't like us.
Maybe.
If they don't do partner, do you think we go over to YouTube and do YouTube live stuff instead?
Yeah, of course. They're watching. Well, if they're watching, we've been asking for a fucking month. So yeah, if they're watching,
they had a set of things to hit. We hit them within 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You should let us be the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Start your own YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. So you didn't watch either of the things last night, the Trump thing or the Biden thing?
I didn't, because I'm like directing this week, so I went to bed early.
Yeah.
Do
you get stressed out when you're directing? Does any part of you like, what if I can't pull it off? What if I don't have it?
I did a little bit on Sunday.
Really?
Because I just hadn't done it for since the quarantine started. So I hadn't done it for like 6 or 7 months. And then so I just got a little bit of nervous, like, I don't know if and also I was looking at the new rules, and I was like, everything's gonna take longer, because it's not like so you gotta do bathroom breaks every hour on the hour now,
right.
And it's like, you say it's a 5-minute break, it's gonna be more than that, like, because everyone's in line and 6 feet apart. It's like you can't have that many people in the bathrooms anymore. So I was like, everything's gonna take more time. I hope I can make my day. But then as on Monday when we started, I was like, this is fine, kind of thing. So sorry, I realized that was not interesting.
That sucked, dude. that was trash. Just make shit up, man. It's fine.
I know. So what else has happened? Okay, so yeah, I didn't. So what I heard though was that that Trump just was fighting with the moderator, and I heard that Biden was boring.
Yeah, sounds great. Boring Biden sounds like a warm bath. I want to just get in it and just fucking soak. Yeah, Trump also did not denounce QAnon. He was like, I don't know what QAnon is. And she's like, yes, you do. I just told you. He's like, all I know is that they really hate pedophiles. He said this. He's like,
That is true.
He's like, all I know is that they don't like pedophiles. I can't argue with that.
That's a good answer.
Hey, if you're dodging, that's what other dodge could you have? The only thing I know is they hate pedophiles. Everyone else loves pedophiles.
That's a great answer.
Oh my God.
God. Well, that's so. I mean, what is the way they wanted him to? Because QAnon is basically saying like that. What's his name? JFK Jr. is good. JFK Jr. is not dead.
Oh, is that right? I have not heard that.
Oh yeah, they're like JFK Jr. is not dead, and he's gonna come out and like run at the last minute. Trump's gonna dump Pence, and then JFK Jr. is gonna be his running mate. Like,
wow, could you imagine, dude? I mean, good Lord, dude.
Wait, I'm gonna ask chat. Am I right about that? Is that what QAnon has been saying? Also, I don't believe.
Turn my AC on.
Okay. I also don't believe that QAnon is a person. I think that it's a bunch of people role playing. I don't think there's one QAnon. I think there's a bunch of people who are just doing it. Someone says, "Of course not." Of course, yes. No, Trevor is controlled opposition. Oh, what do you mean? Trevor's in cahoots with the deep state. QAnon is 8chan. We're up to 912, so we've gotten back up to our regular.
All right. I'd like to see us in the 12-13 zone, but I'm not ashamed of where we're at. I'm not proud of it though. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude.
Yeah. Last week we were at 1200 on the regs. You know.
Yeah, that's all right. You know, we had a very chaotic and in my mind disastrous Self-Select Saturday, which maybe we're still recovering from that, I believe.
I'm gonna run away for 2 minutes, but let's talk about that when I get back.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to because I missed it.
Sure. Go for it. I'll brief you when you return. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Be right back. Love you guys.
Yeah. Go ahead. Ash Tucker. It was fine. I'm a perfectionist. You know what I mean? So I if it's not like good, I'm miserable. You know what I mean? Isn't Trevor 4chan guy? No. Self-Suck Saturday made you die inside last. Yeah, me too, dude. It was savage. Zach, do some thank yous with this time. Good call. Thanks, buddy. Thank you for reminding me. Did I miss some crazy shit? I always got to refresh this recent events stuff. What have I missed? Hang on, it's loading. Grant is consistently fucking bringing it. Grant, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you, man. Let's do. Oh, we got a lot of donations. So, Ben Snap 1, thanks, dude. Katata Fish, you're one of them, baby. Love you. I am the Candy Man. Thanks for the sub. Franklin, Potato Bikini. Cool, very cool. Ben Snap 1, I think I got it all. Fart Boy, thanks, Fart Boy. Oh no, there's some more here. Ghost One Night, thanks for gifting, you fucking angel. Orgy Viash, what is with your names, people? Orgy Vo set. What the fuck am I supposed to make of this? I can't pronounce that. Steve Iski, Spaceman Eric, Crippled Panda. Okay, I think I got it all. Thank you guys. It's very appreciated. Wildman, it's okay. You're late, but it's okay. Explain what? Who wants something explained? I'll explain anything. I know everything, so I can explain it all. Zach is a confirmed Apple shill. Confirmed Apple shill. I'm not really. I'm actually thinking about jumping from Apple, man. Streaming has like been crazy difficult with a Mac. And also, dude, I resent the fuck out of Apple for taking the headphone jack out of the phone. I'm still bitter about that. I just feel like they're just kind of like getting shameless about how they just gouge you. I've been a loyal Apple guy for 15 years, and I think I'm done. So I think I'm going to a PC. I think I'm going to get a Droid. I think I'm done. I can't handle it anymore. Dude, can I do a poll? What do you guys think? Apple or PC? What's the deal? Is there a third one I should be putting in this poll? I really do want to know, by the way. Like what is the day of Apple, is the era of Apple done? Has the wave broken and now it's ebbing? Is that's what it feels like? All right, new poll. What should I rock? Apple, PC. Is there a third option? It's just two, right? There's not like some new shit I'm missing. Linux. I'm not doing Linux. I'm sorry. I'm fucking dumb. I'm a boomer. I can't handle it. Dude, I predict this is going to be like 75% PC, 80% PC. It's going to be a landslide. My friend loves her Google phone. Google phone. Should I get it? Well, whatever. PC first. Computer first. Phone second. Ugh. XK Hublax. I cannot pronounce these fucking names, but thank you for gifting. Even though I loathe your name, I love you dearly. Google phones are pretty good. Okay. I'm going to do a phone thing after this because I do Google or Droid. Google equals Droid, says Ben. All right. Phone poll. Oh, yeah. Phone poll's coming. Phone polls are coming. What does your Uncle Bill think of the whitest kids? I think that my mom and my aunt and uncles, I think their whole attitude towards whitest kids was like, this might be embarrassing for all of us. You know, we had some polio jokes. My grandfather had polio. I think that was a little sensitive. I think my cousins all dig it, but I think like the older generation, they don't watch it because I think they don't want to see something that they're going to be like bummed out by. Like I'll tell you this, my mom went to see Miss March and she walked out of the theater after 15 minutes. When the girl spits the cum out onto the roof of the limo, I only know this because my brothers told me. My mom got up and walked out of the theater. So that's what I'm dealing with. All right, I got fucking some uptight people in my family that don't get it. Oh, here's a fucking story. So like the first season of Whitest Kids, maybe I should wait for Trevor to tell the story because he's probably going to have a story that'll come off of this. So I will, but I will. Dude, 92%, 294 people say PC over Mac. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Yeah, I'm making the change. Also, isn't it less? It's less expensive. No, I'm going to tell the story, Intensifying Shrub. Don't worry. I promise you. I will fucking tell the story. Dude, it's less expensive. It works better, right? Tell me if I'm wrong on any of these counts. And you can do more shit with it. You can play fucking games. It does more stuff. Why the fuck? You know why I'm like, why I've been feeling like content with my Mac is because I can pull up a YouTube video on my phone and play it on my Apple TV. And I know as these words are leaving my mouth that you can do that on a PC. You just need different software. I'm done. You got to buy an Apple TV that costs $400. I could get a $15 Chromecast and do all the same shit. I'm so fucking done, dudes. Also, every update that Apple gives you, it crashes like fucking crazy. You know, I have a second monitor. If my computer goes to sleep while my second monitor is plugged in, it will crash and have to restart completely and then have all this error shit I have to wade through. I'm fucking done. And this moment right now, as I'm raging to you people on chat, I'm making the decision that I'm fucking done. Wow, is this what getting red-pilled feels like? Kidding. No, I'm fucking done, dude. I'm fucking done, bro. I'm fucking chatting out. What if I just like punch through my fucking shit right now? That'd be ridiculous. The argument is that Apple is a centralized ecosystem and PC is more divided. Exactly. That's been my mentality. Lots of different hardware and software options, but many are as good as Apple TV. I don't doubt it, dude. I'm fucking sick of this shit. I'm sick of being taken for granted. Zach, I will help you set up Linux. It's not hard. Don't pay for... Yeah. Linux intimidates me. I feel like Linux is like you got to know code. Like, I don't know I don't know any of that shit. But I do believe you that it's probably easier than I'm imagining.
Dude, you're doing better without me. You're at 967.
Oh, dude, I'm surfing right now. Just be quiet, Trevor. Yeah, guys. No, I'm kidding. So you know what? I was gonna tell. They were asking what my Uncle Bill thinks of Whitest Kids, and I started talking about how like that part of my family is like they don't watch Whitest Kids. They really don't watch much that I do because
they should.
Yeah, hey, yeah. And I was telling the story how my mom walked out of Miss March.
Right.
She went to the theater to see her son star in a movie that he wrote and directed, and there was a joke in the first 15 minutes that grossed her out so much that she got up and walked out. And by the way, my mom has never spoken to me of the movie. The movie came out, she's never said like, hey, great job, or like anything. It's just like doesn't exist.
None of my parents would go to it.
But yeah, but they probably said to you like, Trevor, we're not going to see this.
Yeah,
movie, right?
which is weird to me because even if if my kid made a movie,
Sure.
Even if I was like really against it, I would be like, well, I'm still gonna go see it.
Yeah.
Like I'll see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be proud of him.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but the story I was going to tell was so we get the season DVDs of Whitest Kids, season 1, Whitest Kids, right? I go back to DC. I'm staying in my mom's house, and I've got all 10 DVDs, and my mom wants to watch the show, and I'm very reluctant because my mom is pretty conservative and pretty rigid about this stuff. So but I remember, Trevor, tell me if I'm right about this. This might be a false memory, but didn't we have an episode? And I don't think we designed it this way, but I remember we were like looking at the board with all the sketch breaks down and what episode was what, and there was one episode that we were like, we can show our parents this episode.
I don't remember that conversation, but I do remember there was an episode where like, oh, we actually made a pretty clean episode.
Yeah.
Did you tell this story last week?
I've never told this story on stream.
You and maybe you told me or something like that recently. Go ahead. It's a great story.
So yeah, so I remember what the episode was, right? And that's like, okay, so when my mom wants to see it, I'll give her that one. So I give her that season. Somebody says first season's the best one. I actually agree with you. I think it is. So I give her that DVD. You don't agree with that?
I don't agree.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah. So I give her that DVD, and she goes up and she watches it. I don't know why this was part of it, but she goes and watches it in her room alone, right? So I'm down. Yeah, I think that might have been me. I think I was like, I didn't want to sit with her and watch it, or I don't remember. But she comes down. I'm like hanging out with my brothers or whatever, and she like comes down out of her bedroom. She's just watched my TV show. It's a big fucking deal, first season, first time I have my own show.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes down. She doesn't look at me, and she like goes in the kitchen, and she just like opens the fridge and is kind of like doing her thing, and like very rigid. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like what the fuck, dude? So I kind of go in the kitchen. I just kind of like sit down on the island. I'm just kind of like reading the temperature, and the temperature is like ice cold. And I'm like, Mom, did you watch the show? And she's like, mm-hmm. I'm like, did you like it? And she's quiet. And she like closes the fridge.
At that point, like she's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I loved it. It was great."
Oh
like,
my God, yeah, it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Sorry, I've been weird and frigid to you. That's what I do when I love something.
No, she closes the fridge, and she just like she's like quiet for a beat, and then she just goes, "Why did those women have to show their breasts in the courtroom?" And I was like, I gave her the wrong episode. I gave her the wrong episode to watch. I gave her like one of the worst, most crass episodes that has like the courtroom thing where it's like, I don't even know what was in that episode, but I know it was bad.
You should have said, because those women want to be actresses and they don't have good agents.
I mean, dude. Oh my God. What do your parents think of Whitest Kids and shit? Have they seen any Whitest Kids? Do they hate it? Do they like it? What's the deal?
They watch it. They think that I'm stupid. They think that they don't like it. Like,
Have they said that to you, or is it just you can tell because
that they think I'm stupid?
No, that they don't like the show.
Oh yeah, no, they don't like the show.
They've been like, Trevor, we don't like your show.
No, my whole life has basically been like, they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm working on something. And they're like, can I watch it or not? And like, so when I would do the Tonight Show, I'd be like, you can watch this. This is fine. Like, like that. And so they'll always preface everything like that. Like when I've been doing these like specials, like for Comedy Central, they'll be like, can I watch it? I'm like, you're not going to like it. And they're like, okay. And they don't watch it. Like,
yeah. That's kind of what I have with my mom.
Yeah.
When I did like Guys with Kids, I was like, you can watch it. And she loved it, And then when I did Wrecked, I was like, you can watch it, but you're definitely going to be offended moments here and there. And I actually don't even know if she watched Wrecked or not. I think she did. My mom is also kind of like mellowed out over time. So like now she's different than she was then.
She was smoking a joint at your wedding.
Yeah, dude. She was going crazy. No.
No, my parents get mad at when I tell stories about them in interviews.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what they get upset about.
That makes sense. Do you often do that?
Yeah.
Do you tell the Trevor spanked on stage story in interviews?
Oh yeah. No, that one they don't give a shit.
They don't care about
that
the time they struck you in front of a crowd. That no problem. What story pisses them off?
That's a funny family story. They think that's funny.
What story do you tell that pisses them off?
God, what is it? Well, it's just oh, you know what they hate when I'm like, yeah, my parents like they hate all my shit when I say stuff like that.
Okay.
Like they get mad, and they're like, that makes us sound like we're like bad parents. And I'm like, no, it's just like you don't like my shit. And they're like, don't say that. I'm like, you don't like my shit.
Yeah.
You don't.
It
What are we
makes you
doing
sound
right
like
now?
bad parents. Like that's your conclusion, dude, not
Yeah.
mine.
You don't like the shit that I just did on the interview. You don't like what I'm doing. Like, you know, we're stuck in a loop here.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they like your public access show? So for anyone who doesn't know on the stream, before Whitest Kids You Know, Trevor had his own TV show in Virginia. It was like a local public access show.
1,000.
Oh, fuck yeah. What's up? We did it, guys. I'm proud of all of you.
Newsboy-
Hey, mods, unban anyone that I had banned. Thank you.
Newsboy Nation is back.
Yeah, all right. We're doing it. Do you think we'll ever get Newsboys to 2K?
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
I'd bet my life on it.
All right. I mean, it's the flagship show.
The thing about you and me, and you and I have said this to each other all the time, is that we don't fucking miss.
We've never missed.
Never missed. Not once.
Pork sweats, thanks, dude. Kyle, not Guile, thank you. Kyle, not Guile, I appreciate you, my friend. Ben Snap, thanks, buddy. You guys are really bringing it tonight. It's fucking awesome. It's all going to the movie, and we will do a movie update tomorrow for Self-Suck Saturday. We'll talk about where we're at.
Although you bought a monitor.
Yeah. Well, no, and I've been very clear about it. I bought a monitor. I bought a capture card for streaming, so I feel like that is fair. And Sam, his gaming PC, $1,000 is going into that so that he can continue. So it's those are
And a
two
ton
ways
of
more money.
Skittles.
That's it. What?
And a ton of Skittles.
Well, I'm not going to
saw-
not have Skittles all day long. I mean, give me a fucking break. And it's not fair that I would pay for my own Skittles. Come on now. Flagship, yes.
This is the flagship show. And by the way, I appreciate, I've seen, every now and then I'll check other streams. And every time I've checked other streams, there's people shitting on the streams and saying how much Newsboys is better. And I got to say, I appreciate it.
You know what? Even when I'm doing my solo show, Collective Souls, which I will plug now, I play Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and Sekiro at 11 o'clock Pacific time on weekdays. I see people come into Collective Souls and be like, Newsboys rules. And I like
That's
it.
not even, that's
No,
not
and
an
I like it. It
insult
makes
to
me
you.
proud to be a newsboy. I'm like, yeah, fuck all the other shows, even this one.
It's not an insult to you because they're like, Zach, you know what? You know the only thing I like better than Zach? Zach.
Oh man. Wait, what challenge did I overcome today, Closters? I don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't matter. Keep going, Trevor. I'm sorry.
I was just about to get a battery for my vape because my vape is out of batteries.
Is there a story that you could tell about your parents that would just really fucking piss them off? I know there must be thousands, right? But is there one that you've told that's like, that's the third rail?
Oh no, I'm keeping so much shit locked in.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's, I actually have a pretty good relationship with my parents right now.
Well, your parents are genuinely nice people. They're good people.
Yeah, because I just don't like, my sister and my parents do not get along. Like, or they do, but like they get in Facebook fights all the time.
That makes no sense to me. Why would you do it on Facebook?
I don't know.
Why
I don't
don't
get
you
it. This is all I've been telling them for like 20 years. Like, you know, where they're like, did you see what your sister said on Facebook? And I'm like, hey, I don't really go on Facebook that much. Like, so no, but also call her, you know? And then like my sister will be like, did you see what mom and dad said on Facebook? I'm like, no, like, but like, I'm sure it's, you know, but it's just like, they're different ends of the political spectrum.
Yeah.
You know, all of them low info voters and, just mad at each other all the time.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna grab my battery.
I do it. Can you guys suggest things to do in Philly? I just moved to the area. I mean, when I lived in Philly, I just did drugs, so I wouldn't recommend it, dude. Or go to Temple. Those are the only two things I know about in Philadelphia. Or there was a squat punk club called Stalag 13 I used to go to. I'm sure it doesn't exist anymore. I literally don't know. Drugs in Temple. Yep. Trevor is triggering my abandonment issues. Oh.
How?
Yeah. You sound like you're very easily triggered, dude.
Yeah.
Hey Zach, where should I get my drugs? And I don't know, dude. Ooh.
When's the last time you've done drugs? Because you've been sober for a long time.
5.5 years.
5.5 years?
Yeah, I'm sure I did blow in my last year of getting fucked up. Probably like 5 times. Blow was never my problem. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was a drinking guy, but let's see. I know I shroomed a few times. I don't even really consider shrooms drugs, though.
Yeah, I was like, would you do shrooms? You'd do shrooms.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like hard drugs? Long time ago. Oh, Rongina, thank you, my friend. Abrax. Oh my God, is our hype train going? Okay, it is. I think we may hit our hype train.
We gotta do something, but I don't.
You know what? You gotta do it because everyone expects when I call that it's gonna be some bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think the phone calls work.
Yeah.
Because it's like everyone knows by now. Everybody that we're calling knows that we do this all the time.
I know.
It might have worked in the first week or two, but like now they're just like, stop annoying me. You know. I liked your idea about reading
it's a fun idea. I actually was a little nervous because I was like, fuck. I hope the guys don't get pissed that I'm like reading lines from a script we wrote. I only read one line, and it was a great line, by the way.
What was the line?
I'm gonna paraphrase it, so I'm sure I'm gonna get it wrong. But so in Fight Barn, Timmy plays this ponytailed douchebag who drives a cherry red Porsche. Timmy's the
best part of Fight Barn.
Yeah, he drives a cherry red Porsche. What was his job? Oh yeah, his job was, this is a real job, by the way. And I know this because my ex-girlfriend dated a guy who had this job.
Yeah,
this was a
you part of this.
Thing I've ever heard in my life. Yeah.
This was a you part of this where you were like, this is what he does. Like, right. You know, because like none of us knew that this was a thing.
I think this is the most disgusting job I've heard. So his and this is a real dude. His job was to track down lottery winners. People who'd won the lottery like 3 years ago. And a lot of people don't know this. I think the percent of people who win the mega jackpot lottery that go bankrupt within 5 years is like in the 90s, if not 99%. Like they all
95% of everybody is a fucking idiot.
Right. And if you're blowing the amount of money that a lot of these people are blowing on the lottery, you really have no fiscal common sense whatsoever. So this guy's job, over 30%. Yeah, some chat, tell me the real statistics because I could have this totally wrong. I'm wrong so often that like who knows. But I know it's a surprisingly high percent. It is sad. People are saying 50. I don't trust that anyone's really researching it, but it's high.
I trust this chat with my life.
Rock and roll.
69%. I think
that's got to be it. That sounds right. 69. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
Someone said 420%.
That actually makes sense if you really think about that. But his job was to track down these lottery winners, and then his company would buy them out of debt. They would be like, you're no longer bankrupt. Like, we're going to save you from bankruptcy, but you sign us your winnings. Because really how it works is you win the lottery, you get like, you don't get $400 million all at once. You get that spread over the rest of your life. So that's 50 years. And then after taxes, it's a whole thing. So really all that happens when you win the lottery is you get like bumped up a tax bracket. But you think that you are now like, you have $100 million, you're like gonna, you're living a fantasy life, and you're just.
That's why musicians go broke too.
Yeah,
it's because like musicians, like they're like 19, because like basically if you haven't been signed to a label by the time you're 23, you're shit out of luck. So it's like at 19, they'll basically be like, here's a $2 million contract, or they used to. This doesn't even happen anymore. Yeah, now it's just SoundCloud. No. But in the old days, it used to be like, well, here's $2 million, and they're like, oh, I have $2 million. And then they'd be like, well, you owe 50% of taxes on that. And also you got to split it up between all these managers and stuff like that. So like, that's what everybody was, sorry.
No, it's good. And also, if anyone's curious about this, there's a phenomenal 30for30 doc called Broke, which examines this crisis with NFL players and NBA players who like, these people have no experience with any wealth. And then they suddenly get these giant checks from the professional sports. And then they make bad decisions. And like, the statistics on how many of them go bankrupt is really sad. So anyway, so this guy's job was to track down lottery winners and basically buy their bankruptcy, and then his company would collect their lottery winnings for the rest of their lives. So basically, you're a predator. You find these people who've gotten themselves into things, and then you don't help them like get out of debt, and then teach them how to use that income stream that they're going to have for the rest of their lives in the lottery. You just take it from them. It's disgusting. Anyway, so
It's basically a reverse mortgage.
I don't know enough about reverse mortgages to know, but okay, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I don't want to lead the conversation down reverse mortgages. That seems like death. We're at 1,049 right now. I don't want to let's talk about reverse mortgages.
Anyway, whatever. Who gives a shit? Timmy's job was to be this like parasitic guy who just like preys on dumb people. Anyway, so the line, and by the way, this whole tear we just went on has nothing to do with this funny line. But so he's drinking in this bar.
I forgot what we were talking about.
I know, me too. We just went down a hole. And then my character comes into the bar, and I'm like new. I'm back in town. I grew up in this town, but I've been gone for college, and I finally come back after a few years. And Timmy sees me, and he looks at me. He moonwalks to the jukebox, like unplugs it, and he goes, oh fuck, should I just read? He goes like, somebody get me a sharp knife. Somebody go to the bar, hop over, get a screwdriver, and come over here and stab my eyes out of my head, because I don't like liars, and unless my eyes are deceiving me, that's that crap. I'm embarrassed that I've talked about this for so long, because I just
that sounds horrible.
It's really bad.
But you were really stressing me out because you had the screwdriver and you were doing that towards your face, and it really stressed me out that you were doing that.
You know what? When I read it the other day, it really worked, and when I'm trying to recap it now, I'm just embarrassed.
I remember a part I liked from that movie was that Sam and Zach were brothers.
Right.
And Sam never went to college. He lived at home. And Zach went to college, and then he comes back. And there's this great scene where like Sam is just watching him from the upstairs window and doesn't like. You know what the problem with this movie is, though? Is that when Step Brothers came out, there was a lot of similarities between it.
Yeah. That's true. It was that dynamic. It was like two man children at war with each other.
Yeah, and I think that's what kind of like it probably also made us like lose interest in it a little bit, like kind of like. But there was a scene where you're like trying to come into the house and you walk in and Sam takes a shotgun and aims it at you,
like at point blank range, like in my face.
Point blank range. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? And he was like, this is where I live. You don't live here. If you take a step over that line, I'm legally allowed to kill you. And then the funniest thing about it is that the mom is like, guys.
Yeah, she's like, stop, Sam, stop. Yeah. And she just like moves into the kitchen and is like doing something. Mom, help me. He's going to shoot me. And he's like racking the gun.
She's like, yeah, don't shoot your brother. It's like, take one step. I fucking dare you. Like, you know.
God, we're great. What the fuck are you guys talking about? We're talking about a fucking movie we wrote that wasn't that good, and we're never gonna shoot you, idiot, Lonesome Moo Moo, or whatever your name is.
I hate when people who don't know everything about us are in this chat.
I know. Get him out of here.
I don't want new people. The worst thing that could fucking happen is that this Twitch stream becomes popular and there's a bunch of fucking bozos in here that you have to explain everything to. I just want the people who already like us, but I want it to be like 10,000 of them.
You know what, dude? Actually, I thought you were going to go a new direction that I was about to get really into. It's like, we don't need our numbers to be going up. We should get our numbers to be going. We should be trying to hover right around that 200 range. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the cult.
Yeah.
Yeah. That we're not supposed to talk about.
Right, yeah. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. Go fuck yourself. Raiden, go fuck yourself. Trevor just wants a bunch of fucking whales.
What does that mean?
That's weird.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know, man.
I see some cult people. There's some cult.
Yeah, we got some cultists in here. I'm happy. I'm good with all this shit.
I like that. I like that cult people are around.
Yeah. What else? What's another news story? Let me go news diving here. Let's see what we get.
I also like people are like, huh? What cult? What cult? It's like, that's great.
Florida restaurant owner beat up man over negative Yelp reviews. Yeah, that's probably warranted. I don't have a problem with that.
There's a lot of chat about me vaping, which is like, it's I'm not ignoring it, but I don't. it's. I mean,
do you ever plan on quitting vaping, or are you just like, nah, dude, I'm good?
Not really. Like that's the thing. It's like I was horribly. I grew up in tobacco country. Smoke a pack and a half a day.
Yeah, you were a heavy smoker, dude.
Heavy smoker. Didn't want to die. So I got into vaping kind of like when we were doing Whitest Kids, like in like 2008. I was like an early adopter.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's cool. I know it's douchey, just like White Claws. But at a certain point, you don't really give a shit anymore. And it's just sort of like, well, I don't want to smoke cigarettes. And I haven't smoked cigarettes for like fucking decade, which is great.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know.
Wasn't there some study that says like vaping is more dangerous in COVID times than smoking? I don't know if that's true or not.
There's always, but the thing is, like all these, like you get, like there's no way it's as dangerous as smoking.
There's no way. There's no fucking way.
Impossible. Like, and like, but smoking, there's a lot of fucking money behind smoking. So I don't think that vaping is healthy. Like you shouldn't vape if you're not horribly addicted to it. But this is basically like, it's what I do to not smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, sure.
And but then you always read these weird studies where they're like, it's potentially 8 times as bad as smoking, but it's like there's all this money in like smoking. Like Philip Morris, all these fucking companies have so much fucking like wealth that you have no idea like what is true or what is not. Like,
do you drink coffee?
I don't.
Didn't you have I remember because when you were living in that South Second like hellhole, you went through like a 1-year phase where you were like, you would have 8 cups of coffee a day. Like you'd never had coffee in your life, and then suddenly you were just like, have you had coffee before? It's incredible. And like you just drank coffee like it was your job.
I need a lot of chemicals. And coffee was one for a while. And imagination.
Did you quit coffee?
Yeah. Imagination made me quit it. Like, because
why?
Zach and I used to work at an Asian television network. And, the people at the job said it was a cultural thing. I don't know about that. But it was definitely a thing at the office where they just chain smoked cigarettes and just drank coffee all the time. So you were always outside and you'd be able to talk to like the head of the network.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it became a thing where like everybody was smoking. Like you would only like basically go 20 minutes between cigarettes and coffee, like downstairs. And I remember I just felt like I didn't feel good because I was drinking so much coffee that I just quit it altogether. So I drink iced tea. That's the only caffeine I really do.
I felt like I would have bigger hangovers from cigarettes than booze. Did you ever feel like that? Like near the end of my like partying career, I would wake up and it would be like my lungs would concern me more than anything else.
No, see, that was my problem with cigarettes. Is cigarettes was like an old friend that never did me wrong. Like cigarettes was basically like, I'll do right by you, you do right by me. So like I like
That's not a bargain that one of you is gonna hold forever.
No. But yeah, no, I cigarettes were great.
Yeah.
If they ever cure cancer, the first thing I'm doing is buying a carton of cigarettes, and you'll never see me without one in my mouth after that.
Yeah. Ugh, you're gonna smell bad. Guys, have you ever tried... Oh, never mind. That's a stupid comment. Can we get an emoji of Trevor vaping, drinking White Claw, or anything, riding his hoverboard? Sure. I don't know.
The White Claw is I know that's lame too. But at a certain point, I'm 40 years old.
Yeah.
I'm lame.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like I used to drink tequila all the time. And then I stopped drinking tequila because I just never, even if I didn't get like incredible, even if I was just like regularly drinking, for some reason, I just wouldn't remember like the end of the night anymore.
Right.
And I didn't like that.
Yeah. Where I was sure.
Yeah. And so I'd be like, oh, did I do anything? And everyone's like, no, you're fine. But I just didn't like that the memory was gone. And so I was like, oh, I can't be drinking this tequila anymore.
Yeah. Tequila was my thing too. I was always tequila soda. That was my drink. Mm-hmm. For the last like 5 years of my drinking, it was just tequila soda. And I do remember I'd be like, I would like, I know how I got in bed. Like I remember going to bed, but I would just miss like 60% of the night. I just wasn't there.
And the anxiety That's the
Right.
thing. It's like it wasn't even like hangovers because I mean it didn't matter if I was like wasted or not, but it was just sort of just the anxiety of not remembering the last moments of going to bed.
Yeah.
Like it just became like, is this worth like that? No.
I don't know. Yeah. What is tequila soda? Someone says. Come on, buddy. Come on, man.
Oh, we have little kids in here.
Yeah. Are you guys going to talk about the story that you said you wouldn't talk about? Something about a fight, maybe between Trevor and Zach. I think we said we weren't going to talk about it, so I think we're not going to talk about it, right?
So here's the thing. It's like,
but I do desperately want to. I desperately want to.
oh, now you're yeah.
Saying.
Come on.
Come on.
Look, there's every group of friends has something where it's just like, look, also the thing that we want to be able to do on here is just talk very freely,
Except about this one thing.
But also, so before we started getting we started doing this, because normally what we do is we would do a sketch. It's not our real lives, but when we started doing this stuff where we're like, all right, we're going to talk about our real lives and stuff, we kind of talked about like, hey, are there any stories that people just don't want? Is this bad for me?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Is there any stories, and we'll respect that, and we won't.
Oh, I don't remember us having that conversation though, by the way. Otherwise I would not even be like reading that comment. We never sat around and was like, what's off limits, guys?
I had that conversation.
Oh, I wasn't part of it.
I did.
Oh, well then you had it without me, dude.
So anyway, that's it. It's just like,
oh, all right.
It's not. The thing is, it's been hyped up too much anyway. It's not even a great story. It's just something that.
Somebody says 100,000 followers tell the story. I tell you what, buddy. Yes, if we hit 100,000 followers on Twitch, I'll tell it. Consequences be damned. People can get mad at me all they want. I'll take the heat. At 100,000.
You're gonna do that?
Yeah.
All right.
At 100K, sure. What are we at? 12? I don't think we're gonna hit 100K anytime soon. I've got plenty of time to work some magic and try and soften some.
We'll never even be here for 100K.
Yeah. The sun will explode.
These fuckers at Twitch, they're not gonna let us join their ivory tower. We'll go over to YouTube. We'll be over at Quibi.
Oh God.
That's not even a thing.
No, we won't. Is that dead? Did anyone have Quibi? Dude, I gotta pull chat. Did anybody in this fucking stream subscribe to Quibi? I have to know. I bet the answer is 0%. But if you did, by the way, don't be ashamed. This is an anonymous poll. Had it. Didn't.
There's a comedian. I'm on. I don't know if I should be. Whatever.
Oh, here we go. I like where this is going.
No.
No. All right. Well, look.
Anyway,
if his name can't get out, don't.
There's a comedian that basically got banned from everything.
Oh,
And should I stop?
No, you shouldn't. I don't know if we're thinking of the same person.
But like,
it's people are like Louis C.K. Yeah, Louis C.K. Yeah.
No, it's in the chat. Someone said it. Someone got it. Oh. But like I would watch because I was kind of like I was fascinated with it. And I would watch as the platforms just got smaller or weirder and weirder. Like, whereas like, well, I'm not going to do YouTube anymore. Now I'm going to do this other thing and other thing. And it was like, I learned all this shit where I was like, I didn't know that there was this many shit.
Because he was just getting
there.
booted from platform to platform.
Yeah.
They were just banning him.
And I was like watching, and it was like, I've never heard of this. And like, then you get booted off that. I'm like, like it was. So yeah. So if Twitch doesn't take us, if YouTube doesn't take us, there's you got about 2 years worth of things you can shuffle through.
you gotta hang out in like the grimy back alleys of the internet.
Yeah.
Some people have it in chat. Yes. If it's who I'm thinking of, but I bet
I don't know.
Good Lord, that'd be a bummer. Yeah, Healthy Boy. I'm just gonna say it.
What? Who?
Healthy Boy. I'm just naming somebody in chat.
So
What else?
Trevor, is Ari Shafir nice in person? Ari Shafir I've only met one time, and it was when I did his show, and he was very nice in person. That wasn't a good story.
I don't know who Ari Shafir is. I'm going to be honest with you.
Really?
Yep. Should I? Is he a very, very popular, successful young man?
Yeah, he's a comedian. He does well. He's like one of that Legions of Skanks group.
Legions of Skanks?
Legion of Skanks group.
Was that a sketch group?
No, it's a radio. You don't know them?
No.
No.
No. Should I? Is that very popular?
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Legion of Skanks. Yeah. Hey, what are the Quibi results? Hang on, let me go with this. 92% did not have Quibi. 29 people had Quibi. It's very fascinating to me. That's just one of those channels where it's just like only on your phone, really. All right, cool. Chad is so mean. Legion of Who Gives a Shit. That's a Zach Galifianakis joke. I guess I don't know too much stand-up if I don't know this guy. Yeah.
Well, we're 40. We're old.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, all right.
Also, stand-up doesn't exist anymore.
I know, right? Who knows stand-up anymore?
That's the weird thing. Can you imagine, like, what the fuck do all these stand-up guys do? Like,
They do streams and shit like that.
And a lot of my friends are, a lot of all of our friends are
Yeah.
stand-ups. But it's like, I kind of feel bad for them, but also, like, I guess it'll come back.
I don't know, man. I mean, in time, in years, yeah, sure.
Someone said 40 isn't old, damn it. Well, that just sounds like an old person.
Yeah,
40 is
don't
pretty
say
fucking
that,
old.
buddy. Jesus
40 is
Christ.
old.
My God.
I never thought I would be 40. Not in a million years.
Zach, did you film the skit where you couldn't stop peeing at one of your old jobs? No, we actually filmed that at Saturday Night Live, believe it or
Yep.
not.
Because I was Lorne Michaels' intern for a year. And we filmed that in the offices of Saturday Night Live. And one of the things, like, when you become, we were doing Whitest Kids.
Mm-hmm. This is before we had a show. We didn't have a TV show, but we were just, like, doing it around.
Yeah, I'm not taking internships if I got a TV show.
Yeah.
That
would be so funny. Lord, I'd love to, but I'm directing right now. I can't get your coffee. I'm sorry.
So it was like, we were just a bunch of fucking young drunks that did, like, I don't even think we had a regular place yet. Like, we would do the New York Comedy Club, which was anyone could do that. Like, New York Comedy Club, like, you just basically have to walk up and be like, hi, I'm interested in doing comedy. And they'd be like, you're the headliner. Like, so someone says, Trevor says he was Lorne Michaels' intern every episode, like the same 1,000 people aren't here every week. Have I talked about this before?
Fuck that guy. Who gives a shit? You haven't told this story. It doesn't matter. You can acknowledge that you worked for Lorne multiple times.
No. I think BJ Honeycutt actually got under my skin. I don't think I'm going to continue the story. So there you go, BJ Honeycutt.
Wow, you did that. You did that to him.
You're not banned for life. You're here.
I do know someone who worked even closer to Lorne than you did. I won't. And he told me and you some doozy Lorne stories, and I'm going to go ahead and tell some. You don't have to be part of this, but one of them is like my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, BJ Honeycutt doesn't like what I'm saying, so I'm actually not going to talk for a bit. So
I'll do some good Lorne stories. This is a good one.
Yeah.
And I believe this story is true. You tell me if you believe this is true, but I think this is right.
I may not talk. I don't know. BJ
Honeycutt. It's fine.
Let's see if BJ Honey. If it's okay with BJ Honeycutt, I may respond to Zach's story if that's cool.
Yeah, BJ, we're waiting your response. So
I'm looking
this
at the
person
chat.
worked with Lorne, and he was walking into Lorne's office, and I'll go ahead and say this. And Mark McKinney from Kids in the Hall and briefly Saturday Night Live was walking out of the office, out of Lorne's office. And as they were passing, Mark goes, look at his computer, look at his computer, look at his computer, look at his computer. Like they're not stopping, but he's just like, look at his computer. And so our friend goes in, and he's like, what the fuck? And he goes in, and Lorne's sitting at his desk, and he's on the phone. And he's like, and he's like talking on the phone. So our friend goes, and he sits down across from Lorne's desk. He's like, look at his computer. I can't see. The screen isn't facing me. Like, the screen's facing him. So how can I don't know what he means. And he's like studying the computer. He's looking at Lorne. Lorne is like tapping. He's literally tapping on the keyboard. He's looking at the screen. He's going, and then he's looking at the monitor, and then he follows the cord down, and he sees that the monitor is not plugged in to the tower. Like he's fucking pretending to be on the computer. Bizarre behavior. Do you believe that story?
Absolutely, 100%.
Really? And you worked for him, so you would, okay. Really?
No, but I don't have any insight into the man. Like I worked for him for a year, and when I got there, they were basically like, the people who hired me were like, don't let anyone know that you do sketch comedy.
Why?
Because they're like, you'll get fired immediately. Like,
Why?
you know, they don't want like people trying to get on the show, which I wasn't. You know, I was kind of like, oh, I like sketch comedy. Let me work here. And the greatest thing about it was I would get all the scripts, like so I'd see what they wrote on Tuesday night and I'd look at it. And then I would see how it changed on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. It was like a cool course, like where you'd be like, oh, I see they condensed this. They took these two jokes and they made them together. That's funnier. That hits, like, you know, like, and it was.
Did you see sketches get progressively better as a rule or progressively worse as a rule?
For the most part, better.
Really?
For the most part, better. But also the greatest sketch. Whenever there was something that was like, that's actually funny, because that's a thing that happens at Saturday Night Live. You're like, that will get cut after rehearsal, or that will be the very last sketch of the night.
Why do you think that is? Because
I think the stuff that like we find funny, or the stuff that, like, you know, it's like anything. The most popular stuff is the stuff that most people find funny. So there are people who find weird things funny,
right?
And that's not what most people are going to find funny. So, like, when you watch these very popular, like, Saturday Night Live, you know, kind of things, like, you know, it's just kind of celebrity impressions at this point.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what's, and I'm not shitting on it. I mean, you could make the argument that is the better comedy because it makes more people happy and it makes more people laugh. But it's not what I like, right. You know, and it's not like, so, like, the stuff that I liked would always be at the end of if it got in at all,
right.
Like, you know,
right.
Yeah, and when I was there, my favorite guys that would write were Sloven and Allen.
Yeah, they're great.
Those guys, they would write the shit that I was like, this is the funniest shit, and then, like, you know, it would be on at the end of the night, like, kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
You know. Yeah. But yeah.
Wait, do you remember? You told me a sketch, and I'm sure you still remember it. That was cut. That was like, we would always talk about for a decade. We would talk about this sketch. The elevator sketch. Oh,
I love the sketch.
You want to tell that sketch? It's so funny.
It never made it on the air, and then they finally put it on the air years later. Robert De Niro. Yeah, Robert De Niro was the guest, and there was this sketch, and I thought it was the funniest thing that I'd seen on Saturday Night Live, you know, when I was there, which was Robert De Niro at Rockefeller Center getting into the elevator, and then Jimmy Fallon gets into the elevator. And then it stops and it goes up one floor and it opens. And Jimmy Fallon goes, looks like we're taking the local. And everyone in the elevator laughs. And Robert De Niro's like looking around like that everybody laughs.
He's like studying.
And he's like, okay, so Robert De Niro's just playing this guy who does not understand humans at all, which is just a great, and they never like set it up. Like, so then it goes, the door opens, Jimmy Fallon gets off, and somebody walks in and he goes to them, he goes, looks like we're taking the local. But they're just like stepping on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And they're like, okay. And then he's confused. So then, like, they go up one floor, he gets out, he tries another elevator. He goes to the next elevator, he opens it up, he walks in, he goes, looks like we're taking the local. And no one laughs. Everyone's like, all right, like, you know, and he's like, I don't know. And so then it shows him that night going down to the subway, and he sees in New York the subway like thing says express or local, and it like zooms in on him, and he goes back, and then it just shows him beating the shit out of Jimmy Fallon and being like, you stole that joke from the subway, you stole that joke from the subway, and beating the fuck out of him. And that was the funniest thing. I loved it. And yeah, it didn't make it at all.
Oh my God.
But they did it in rehearsal, the dress rehearsal, and then they cut it. But then when he hosted later,
did it kill in the dress rehearsal? Does the crowd laugh?
No, but I
Really?
laughed. But I laughed.
It
Like,
crushes me, dude.
yeah, it's so funny. And then like, I think years later, and all of at that point I had stopped being an intern and I was a page. It was an NBC page, and so all of the pages thought it was the funniest sketch. And then years later, he hosted again. And it actually made it to air, like late at night, and everybody was texting each other, like, "The locals on, the locals
cool.
on." Yeah,
That's fucking awesome. Is there a SNL sketch? I just said sketch. Is there an SNL sketch that pops in your mind as like your favorite SNL sketch?
you know what? I like.
Did that show have an impact on you? Were you like an SNL guy in high school when you're in the sweet spot? You're 14, you can't drive, you're at home Saturday night, you're watching SNL. Do you like it?
I liked Adam Sandler. And I like Norm Macdonald, and that was kind of like that. Norm Macdonald's Weekend Update, I thought was, I would, even as a kid who like couldn't really go anywhere. That's what I would tune in for, was the Weekend Update kind of thing. But like when you just asked me that, like, is there a sketch? Like it's, and this is not a popular sketch, but Adam Sandler used to do or he did it one time, called the Denise Show. Actually, I think he did it multiple times, but it was a runner that wasn't that. I mean, it was popular enough that they did it a couple times, but it's not like no one would remember it now.
Yeah.
But I thought that shit was, as a kid, I thought that was the funniest sketch that I had seen outside. But I was more into Python, like
Yeah, but
like,
it doesn't have to be either or, right?
no, I know, but like as a kid, you're kind of like, I like this. I don't know, like you do go either or a little bit, like the SNL. We should watch.
What? Huh?
I wonder if the Denise Show's online, because it's so fucking funny.
Dude, look for it.
Okay.
The SNL sketch, I think I haven't given this very much thought at all, but the one that pops in my mind that made me laugh really fucking hard. Pretty much anything Chris Farley does, but that where he's on the Japanese game show and he doesn't speak Japanese and he keeps kind of getting it right and he can't believe it, but everyone around him that gets one wrong has to like cut their hand open. These like extreme punishments for getting it wrong. That's
I found it. It's online.
You want to watch it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Like, I
don't give a shit. You want to watch it?
Sure.
Chris Farley getting mad in the coffee commercial is also maybe my favorite SNL moment. I think you're right. That's fucking incredible. Thank you, chat.
Chris Farley with interviewing Paul McCartney is fucking hysterical. And then
where he's like, when it was like Paul is dead, that was a hoax, right?
That was great.
Oh, it's fucking great.
And then also Tommy Boy is really good.
Shut the fuck up.
No, but I'm serious. Like, that was kind of like, because I
know,
also
obviously.
No, my parents wouldn't. I would also not really allowed to watch anything. Like, so like I didn't see so much of Saturday Night Live, but like I would watch the movies, and I love Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy might be, besides Billy Madison,
dude. Come on.
Billy Madison is the greatest thing Saturday Night Live ever made.
Yeah, I agree with you.
All right, so this is the Denise Show. And holy shit, I hope this is still funny, because I've just hyped it up and I haven't seen it forever.
I have no idea what this is. I'm excited to see this.
Dude, when I was a kid, this was like, I still like, Adam Sandler is my favorite person who ever came out of Saturday Night Live, period. I don't care what anyone says, like, and I also think it's coming around. Like, I think it was cool I think it was like neat for a minute to shit on Adam Sandler. But now I think it's like going back, where they're like, no, he's the best.
Well, hang on. Did you watch Hubie Halloween?
No, I haven't watched his movies for years. But I mean, like, he's the greatest.
I'm with you. I've had a lot of discussions on Collective Souls about this exact thing. I also totally worship at the altar of Adam Sandler. But goddamn it, that guy makes some bad movies sometimes. Like, just bad movies. However, I will say his 100% fresh... 100% or certified fresh, whatever it's called, his stand-up special, that shit is fucking amazing. It is
fantastic.
Like A++. I fucking love it, dude.
No.
He crushed it.
Even if he, like, it doesn't matter. Like, he could do nothing but bad movies from now to the end of his life. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Like, he's already so much above everybody else. Yeah. Like,
Yeah. I love him. I love him.
He's the greatest.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
It's fucking good though.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's like everything is so fucking long back then.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah. I forgot I was screen sharing. I'm like, what else? I'm gonna check my email or something like that. Like, and this is my. You're like, what's your favorite Saturday Night Live sketch? I'm like, this one. I watched 3 minutes. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to the take a piss.
This is my very favorite thing from this 25-year-long show. God, how long is 40? How long has that show been on the air now? Almost 50 years, right? Jesus,
too long,
Christ, dude.
Oh my God. Can you imagine when well, I shouldn't say that, but I mean, when like there isn't this monolithic like gatekeep. Well, like, you know, like, I don't know. I think it's weird that this show, we talked about this a little bit, right? Doesn't it seem weird that like people, like adults will be like, did you see Saturday Night Live last night?
Adults? Like grown-ups?
Yeah, grown-ups.
I think less of someone who asked me that question. Unless they're like in the entertainment business and they like somehow work on the show or they have like a client on the show. That's not a normal question to get.
Yeah.
Do I just sound super douchey? Probably, but
who cares?
Yeah.
Someone said Mad TV should have lived. My writing partner on the Disney stuff created Mad TV.
He must have some pretty wild Mad TV stories. Wait, what's his great private jet story? Wait, doesn't he have some fucking awesome?
He he has a good private jet story where he was basically he also produced one of these blue collar comedy things, like post Mad TV, like what's his name?
Like Larry the Cable Guy?
Yeah, exactly. But it was
I hate that shit.
No, what's the guy? It's Jeff Foxworthy. Jeff Foxworthy.
Okay.
He's supposedly really cool, really nice. And also Larry the Cable Guy is supposedly really cool too. But my writing partner is terrified of flying. And at this point, Larry the Cable Guy has like a private jet and everything like that. So all of a sudden, like my writing partner is like really nervous about getting on a plane. He's like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. And Larry Cable's like, it's fine. You know, and they go up. And then all of a sudden, as soon as they get up, it starts getting dark. And the pilot's like, oh, no, we're going through some storm clouds. You know, like, hang on, everybody. And then the plane just starts dropping like 80 feet and then jumping up. And, like, it's the worst turbulence. And, like, my writing partner's, like, crying, like, holding on to the thing. And then it just levels out. And Larry the Cable Guy's cracking up. They had... like the windows, this plane is so nice that you could self-tint the windows. So he just dialed it up so that the windows would slowly tint and get darker. And he had the pilot just start basically doing tricks to like fuck with it. And I was like, that's funny. That's really funny. Like, you know.
Jesus Christ. I don't think that shit's funny. That's fucking terrifying, man.
Someone said 80 feet. Like, I know, that's nothing in a plane. I don't know.
That's amazing.
I like that. It's such a weird, this is such a weird medium because like you tell a story and you get one thing wrong and everyone's like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So a horrible show would just be us watching Saturday Night Live all night. That's
Let's not do that. Oh yeah, Schlitzke beer, that was funny. In fact, the Schlitzke beer was filmed at this house that's in upstate New York that's like, it's this like nice suburban house in the middle of the suburbs, but it's built and only operates to film. So like the walls slide. It takes a lot more electricity than your average house. It has like this whole parking area for trucks and everything like that. And we filmed all 5 seasons we filmed there? 4 seasons?
We filmed there a lot.
Yeah, so we filmed like constantly up at this place. So most of Whitey's kids in any kind of house is at the Schlitzke house. We thought that was the coolest thing. I remember like we were like at the pool and we were like, this is where they did the pool. Anyway, fucking weird. Are there any Kids in the Hall sketches? What? Yeah, I don't have like a favorite Kids in the Hall sketch. I get asked that all the time. Do you have a Kids in the Hall thing that jumps out to you?
I mean, there's I mean, I love Kids in the Hall. Like Kids in the Hall, I of course I never saw like on its initial run, but I would see it on Comedy Central.
Sure.
And only when I was at the beach. Like my family would go to the beach 1 week a year, and that's when we had cable. Otherwise, we didn't have cable. So I would only. But I remember there was a couple years where I would like not go out to the beach and I just watch Kids in the Hall. And my parents would be like, "Come out." I'm like, "No, no, no. Cable is way better than the ocean." Like
Yeah.
you know, kind of. One of the ones I love of Kids in the Hall was. There's one where Dave Foley is and it's just him talking to the camera about how he has all these monkeys and how like and he's like, people think I got to be like the I got all the power in this town because I have the monkeys. He's like, that's not true. He's the reason I have all this power in this town is because they know I'll let the monkeys out. And I just thought that was the funniest fucking concept. And it went on. It was like that was the sketch, but it was so good. It was
that's fucking good. Wait, we got accused of ripping off Kids in the Hall early on. Remember?
For what?
That was one of the for your drunk dad sketch.
Oh, yes. And you know what? Like I would say that like, you know, it wasn't like us ripping them off. Like, oh, we'll do this. But and I hadn't remembered that sketch, like ever seeing it, but I mean, we all would watch like Kids in the Hall and stuff like that. I wonder if that did subconsciously because the angle is the same, and it's a dad who's drunk sitting on a bed, like you know,
monologuing
like,
to his child.
Yeah, like so I could see it was if it wasn't intentional, it was a subconscious thing, but we know all those guys and they you know they don't
they don't think that.
No. But that would be one.
There's a bunch of SNL sketches that we did, and then SNL did them after, like blind comedians. We used to do that, and then they did it. And then I know there was a few, and then
SNL will straight up steal your shit.
Really, you think so?
Absolutely. Like I know, like we had a friend who wrote there, and this is not sour grapes. There's like people are always like, oh, this sketch that somebody did is very similar to yours. That doesn't really bother me. Like, you know, like I do believe that you can have like parallel thinking.
Yeah.
You know, there's only so many ideas. Like I'm not, and also, I don't know, whatever. Like, also, I don't think once you do an idea, like I would never want to, if I knew that somebody had done something, I would never do it.
Right.
You know?
Well,
but
at
the same time, like if someone does something, someone is in the chat is talking about the thing I'm talking about.
Wait, what thing? Just say it.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, but I'll tell you offline. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like, but I mean, also, like, you know, it doesn't. You can't own an idea forever, and I don't mean that. Like, I would never take anybody else's thing, but also, I don't want to be precious with things that we've come up with.
Right.
Does that make sense? Like.
Sure. Well, I remember, so one time we wrote this sketch and we were going to shoot it for our show. And the premise of the sketch was, it was like a paranormal ghost investigator sketch. And they're talking to this old married couple that their house was haunted. And the wife is telling the stories like, we were sitting here watching TV and we heard a loud fart sound and a terrible smell. And I said, Harold, did you fart? And he goes, and he's like, and he said, no. And that's when I knew we had a haunting. And it's like, it's not a great joke, but it was decent. And then it's this whole like paranormal investigation where it's obviously the husband just lied about farting and he's acting really cagey the whole time. And, you know, we wrote it funnier than I'm pitching it, but we were going to shoot it. And we had not done it live. We had not done anything. And then like a week before we were going to shoot it, SNL did the exact same sketch. And I don't mean to imply that they stole it because there's no way they could have.
They couldn't have.
It just happens that way. Sometimes you can write the same sketch as somebody else. It does occur.
The only reason I know like SNL does it is because also SNL isn't one person. It's a group of people. They all get in there. They're under an enormous amount of pressure because Lorne Michaels runs it like a terrible situation. Like it's a horrible place to be a writer. Like, you know, and you're always concerned you're going to get fired. So people steal. And I know that because we had a friend who went there and she was telling me she actually showed somebody one of our sketches, like, because they're just sitting around being like, oh, this is, you know, here's a funny sketch. And the person was like, yeah, but we can't do that because of this because the network wouldn't let us do that. And she was like, well, I wasn't saying that we were going to do it. I was showing you a sketch, but that's
well, that's fucking dark.
Yeah.
I know we did the same sketches. I think it was Old English did the bank heist sketch, and those came out almost the same time. And I know we hadn't seen theirs, and I'm sure they hadn't seen ours. I think it was like the same. It was like the same sketch. Like the cuts are similar.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
It happens.
Yeah.
You know, a thing that that bums me out is that we did that sketch about landing on the moon, like where it's just Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin just psyched to go to the moon.
Yeah.
And like we did it, we shot it and everything like that. And then somebody was like, and then I think later, and it wasn't like a thing, but it was like somebody put a comment where it was like, well, The Onion did that, where they're like, man walks on the fucking moon. You know, that's a famous Onion headline. And I was like, well, I have seen that. I never put it together. That's what we were doing. But like, I've absolutely seen that. And then we just did a fucking sketch that's basically the same joke. Well, like, I mean, it's a different format, but like, it's the same joke. And so I felt bad about that, you know.
On Collective Souls, we were talking about how The Onion did The Grapist before we did The Grapist, like years before we did it, where they were talking about McDonald's failed characters. And it was just one line. They didn't like do the sketch, but they were like the McBurgle something and The Grapist. And I was like, oh shit.
So it happened. The only time that we actually made a stink about something was
Lance Crawl.
No.
I guess we didn't make a public stink, but I was pissed. The iPod peed on my iPod Shuffle. That pissed me off.
Oh, he did that.
Yeah. What were you gonna say? Oh, the commercial, the slapping
commercial,
Super Bowl commercial.
And this is why we made us think about it. Is because like I'll give comedians leeway. Like I don't think, besides a couple comedians who usually like kind of like piss out and they don't last anyway. Like, you know, no comedian wants to steal jokes. No. I don't think. But like when we didn't even have a TV show yet, and we were with the William Morris Agency.
This was egregious. This was actually like offensive. Yes, keep going.
Yeah. And so we had done this sketch, and it was already on the internet. It was called the Slapping Sketch.
It's called The New Thing. It's on our show.
The New Thing.
Yeah.
The New Thing.
It's where like somebody says a word, they get slapped in the face.
And so like it was gonna be in the first episode. We had done it live for years, and it was going to be like in the first episode of our show. Then William Morris asked us if we wanted to write a sketch for Budweiser. And we were like, should I not say
No, do it. I just want to make sure you get, and we said no. We didn't have the time or the inclination.
Why did we say no though?
Because we were busy, dude. At that time, we were like doing our show.
But we were so fucking poor. Like, why wouldn't we do that?
I don't know. No, I don't know. But I know we didn't do it, and I know that they took our stuff anyway. We said no, and they took our DVD of like our DIY sketches, not our TV show sketches, but that sketch was on it, and they sent it to the ad company that was doing the Budweiser, that was covering the Budweiser. And then 6 months later, Super Bowl Sunday.
Our show's coming out in like February or March, I forget. But Super Bowl Sunday, they do our fucking sketch like on a Super Bowl Budweiser commercial, and we put out a press release but it was.
And then our agents got mad at us. That's really how Hollywood works. Our agents were like, "You guys, you're making everyone look bad. You can't do this." We're like, "Fuck you! You fucking stole our shit." And they're like, "This is a disaster." It's like,
but that was the only reason we did anything, because people have stolen our shit before. Like, you know, we have accidentally done things, you know, that we've just talked about that. Like, you know, but like that was like, A, you're not a fucking comedian. You're a fucking ad company.
Yeah.
You know, and B, we said no. You asked us, and we said no. Yeah. And then you put it in the Super Bowl a month or two before our show's going to premiere, and that's in the first episode. So we just wanted to do a thing where we're like, look, we're going to do this sketch that they just did in the Super Bowl, but it's not because we stole it from them. They fucking stole it from us. And, like the agency got real mad at us.
Yeah. That's when you that's when you learn how Hollywood really works.
Yeah.
Show the ad.
We have tons of it. And we have tons of those stories, but like we still want to work for a couple of years.
Yeah, right. But that agency doesn't even exist anymore. So
William Morris, it does.
Well, now it's WME, but it's like
Right.
Whatever. We're not rep there. And the agent that was like throwing the fit doesn't. I don't even think he's an agent anymore. Can you show the ad? You want to find that Super Bowl ad?
I gotta leave.
Oh, you gotta go. All right. It's gonna be a shorter.
But that's a weird anticlimactic. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I don't even know how I would look up that.
I know Super Bowl or Budweiser slapping commercial.
Honestly, is this shitty? I just don't want to look it up.
You tell you what, if you want to go, you can go. I'll look it up. I'll show it to the people.
No, but I want to hang out for like 5 more minutes. But I don't want to be like looking for it because I don't even know how I'd find it.
All right, fine. Everyone can find it on their own.
Is that cool?
It can't be that. Oh, Bud Light. Somebody says Bud Light slap. Yeah, look up Bud Light slap. That's got to be it.
Am I being weird?
Am I not being cool? We never made good on our hype train. Okay, Goldbug, I see you. I feel bad. We gotta honor the hype train, man. What can we do?
Well, read an paraphrase another.
Ruin another Fight Barn joke. That's a good. Oh, Trevor, how about draw a Boinga? We get a lot of Boinga requests, dude. I know we could do it tomorrow. Maybe it's not.
I have no pens. I have no like. What can we do? What can we do?
More Fight Barn. I could try and pull up the Fight Barn.
What's your favorite joke from?
That's the hype.
What?
What's your favorite joke? Go.
From End of the World, because also, like it does when you're like I'm telling jokes from this. It does like sting me a little bit because I'm like, oh, who knows? Like,
maybe we'll want to use that. Yeah, but you know what? We can reuse even if we tell a great joke in the Fight Barn thing. We can just reuse it. It's not a big deal.
Like even like if this movie that we're gonna do does great, which it will, because I've said it before, Zach. We never miss.
We never have ever.
I challenge anyone to find an instance that we have ever missed on any project Zach and I have ever.
I actually have a good Fight Barn scene. Okay, yeah. So Sam's character's named Nate. My character's name's Danny.
We're all named after our siblings,
right? And so your name is Bethany. Yeah,
that's my sister.
Yeah. All right, so this is going to be a little out of context. So Nate is sitting. All right, I'm calling home. So Nate, my brother, is sitting next to my mom on the couch eating cereal. Nate picks it up and he says, "What's up, butt munch?" Imagine Sam. And my car's broken down on the side of the road. And I said, "Hey, the car's battery's dead. I need someone to give me a ride." And Sam's eating cereal. He goes, "No can do. I'm busy fucking Karen right now." I said, "That's hilarious." "No, you're not." He goes, "Yeah, I am. She's coming so hard." And then the camera pulls back to reveal that he's sitting next to the mom on the couch, the mom is laughing and thinks this is the funniest thing. She goes, "Nate, you're so bad. Don't tell him I'm here." He goes, "Nate, I really need your help, man. I'm stranded on the side of the road." "Sorry, I can't help. I'm giving it to Karen so hard." In class, he clasps his phone over the phone and says to his mom, "Make Karen noises." She goes, "Nate, no." He goes, "Come on, do it." So then their mom starts going like, "Oh, Nate, you're so big." Is this good or is this bad? I feel like this is fucking funny as shit, but to me...
It is not the scene I would pick, but it's funny.
It's just the first thing I opened it to. Just the idea that their old friendly mom is making fucking noises to prank her own son.
Do the scene with the dad and the mom at the dinner table.
Oh, my God.
At the breakfast table.
I don't know if I can find that one, dude. We might have to save that for a hype train another night. In fact, you know what? Tomorrow for Self-Select Saturday, we'll make sure everyone has the script, and then maybe we can do some readings if we get a hype.
No, I still think we could. Like, when Mars is a huge hit, and we're all elevated to the A-list of Hollywood.
Sure.
We could do this one animated. I love the idea of if we can get enough funding to do animated movies, because then we can just like make these things like. You know.
I'm with you. I love that's the right vision, right? We raise money to pay for Mars, and then Mars pays for the next one, and then that pays for the next one, and then we're good.
Exactly.
I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
So then
right, I gotta go.
All right, you gotta go. All right, cool, man.
I gotta go. I'm going to a party. How fucked up is that?
You're 40. You can't go to parties, dude.
No, but I mean, it's COVID.
Oh, well, what is it outdoors?
It's at a house. It's a house party.
Well, no one's going inside. Are you going to wear a mask?
Yeah, I don't know.
A good friend of mine just tested positive today.
Really?
Yep.
Well, it's all the people from my show, so we get tested 3 times a week. So I don't know, but I feel like weird. Like I feel like I should wear a mask.
You should wear a mask, but you're going to be drinking, so everyone's going to be drinking, so everyone's going to take their mask off. And then once people get drunk, they're not putting the mask back on.
Yeah, we're all going to be kissing.
Oh, it's a Hollywood party. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, be careful, dude. Don't get fucking COVID, man. That would suck.
No, I'm not. No, these people are tested all the time, and I'm not kissing anybody.
All right.
Yeah, this is a party full of uggos.
I mean, the White House was full of uggos, and they got tested all the time. They still got really sick.
Hope Hicks is hot as shit. Are you kidding me?
You're right. You're right.
Dude, like, I never realized how hot Hope Hicks was until she got COVID, and then they were putting her picture all over the place, and I was like, she's like the hottest person in government.
Sure. Who's hotter? I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I know you also have a crush on Amy Coney Barrett, right?
I do. You know what was
people are saying AOC. AOC is a very attractive woman. That's true.
AOC is kind of hot. I don't think she's as hot as Hope Hicks.
All right.
This is also AOC has a lot of skills. She's actually a great. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not hot. Yeah, there's nothing that turns me off more than a confident, capable woman.
All I know is she did the Green New Deal. But by the way, like, you know, you could be you don't have to be hot to be in politics. But I will say, you know what was funny? Amanda Knox,
the murderer.
No.
Oh no, the girl who was accused of murder in Italy. Is that who that is?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Amanda Knox.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
One of the most beautiful women in the world.
Okay. Is that your point, or is there a point coming?
No, I got a point coming.
Okay.
Amanda Knox tweeted today, because I follow her on Twitter. She was like, everyone's saying I look like Amy Ponyberry. Or what's her name?
Yeah, no, you got it right.
Yeah, Amy Ponyberry, who's like, about to be a judge. And she was like, SNL, you know where to find me. But but she does look like her. She like Amy Ponyberry looks like an old Amanda Knox.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's a great out. There you go. You stuck the landing. Amy Ponyberry, Amanda Knox. All right.
It would be so cool if Amanda Knox watched this show. Do you think she murdered those people? I don't think
no.
she did.
I think everyone knows that, right? I think she was absolved. I think
we should ask her. She has a podcast. Not a lot of people can watch that, right?
Yeah.
Who's watching Amanda Knox's podcast?
Well, you don't watch podcasts also, right? So I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but isn't it all like every podcast has a YouTube component now, doesn't it?
I have no idea. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Someone says, "Be careful, Trevor. We love you." It would be awkward.
Do be careful though. I actually am concerned. I don't want you to get COVID, dude. That would be so fucking awful.
Oh, they're talking about that. I thought it was saying something that people were like, "Oh, be careful."
No,
like,
I mean, don't. You're gonna go to a party and there's gonna be,
I'm not. Look, you guys don't know me. I'm not. Zach, you've known me forever. Like, I'm not a guy who like.
You're not reckless. You're not reckless.
I'm not a guy who talks to people at parties. Like, I'm gonna go there.
No, but what you'll do is you'll cozy up to your 3 cool people that you feel chill with, and you'll just lock in.
Yes.
Yeah. I just hope they're safe.
I've been doing that for weeks. We've been being COVID tested every day. Like, I'm gonna hang out with the 3 people I hang out with at work all the time. Like, that's it. I'm gonna be fine.
All right.
But anyway, if Amanda Knox is watching, we should interview her.
Yeah, let's do it.
That would be a huge Newsboyz thing.
Yeah. Yeah. We should try and tackle the biggest news stories of 20 years ago and see if we can get like huge influential news people that are not in the news anymore.
I love it.
We could get Monica Lewinsky, maybe. That'd be cool.
Monica likes me.
Yeah, let's try it.
Yeah. I think we should put people should screen cap this and put it out there. But to Amanda Knox, I know Amanda Knox didn't do it.
Yeah,
right, Zach?
She's been proven innocent.
Yeah, and I would like to help her promote her podcast.
Okay, let's do it. We'll do some cross-platforming. Yeah, good deal.
Someone says this is a terrible idea. Fuck you. What is that, JC? What's his fucking face? Who was like yelling at me earlier? It's just so fucking hard to have like this is supposed to be a safe space where you just have
Oh,
ideas.
dude, you
but,
can't
like,
take
the
anything
chat
chat
is
says
a
seriously,
fucking,
man. No, forget
all
it.
right.
It's all good. It's all good.
Bye, guys.
All
Bye.
right, but I'm gonna hang out and talk to chat, and then we'll do a raid. Oh, he's gone. All right. Wow, that was abrupt. Here's what I predict. Hang on, dudes. I'm gonna talk to you. There it is. I predict Trevor calls me in 30 seconds to be like, was that okay that I left abruptly? Less time. Yo.
I forgot that you were on my Zoom.
Yeah, you just fucking bailed, dude.
Yeah, I was like, I'm out of here.
All right, man. Later, dude.
Anyway, sorry.
Have fun at the party.
Uh,
All right, bye. Later. All right. Good God, man. Trevor's pre-gaming. Bye, bud. Yeah, seriously. All right. So, you guys, I'm not going to show you chair. If you want to see chair, you can fucking see it whenever you want. Somebody said raid Choom Room, right? Biggest news story, WKUK CKY. That would be interesting. Yeah, let's do some Choom. I'm down for that. You guys want to do that? And then tomorrow we're gonna do Self-Suck Saturday. Hey, 47 bullets. I saw what you did, and I really fucking appreciate it. God bless you. A Sneaky Popo, thank you for subbing. Dingus Khan, that's a good name. Anonymous Mouse Cheerer. Knee Brace Radio. Nick, what's up, buddy? Damn right 626. Fuck yeah. Oh my God, gifting like a madman. Thank you so much. Prop like it's hot. Prop like it's hot. Okay, it's kind of a curious name. Surprise sandwich. I like that. Caitlin McKinley. What's the story with that name? Caitlin McKinley. That could be dark, or it could be great. Maybe that's her name. Resident Evil. Thanks, buddy. Nate Blackest has used a bit. Nate, you cheap piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here. Ban yourself. You're a mod. Do it. End of Toosnet. Thanks for subbing with Prime. Eyes amazing. Okay, cool. Yeah, dude, I'll do some more Souls soon. I think I'm going to do some Binding of Isaac this week for anyone that's interested in my weekday shit. Listen to the Bananas? What the fuck does that mean? Listen to the Bananas. Raid Gus Johnson. No, I think I'm going to raid... raid Choom. I think he deserves it. He's been a loyal friend. He's really helped us get this channel operational. So I feel like, he deserves it. Let me do this shit here. Choom Room. You guys want to do this? He's got 14 people. Let's go fucking blow his freaking brains. Guys, come hang out with us tomorrow night. We're going to have the whole gang, all 5 Whitey's kids. We're going to do Self-Suck Saturday. We'll talk about some sketches. This was a little messy tonight. I actually liked it. I thought tonight was pretty fun. Yeah, Binding of Isaac this week. Come fucking watch me do... I'm actually pretty decent at Binding of Isaac, if I may say so myself. I'm way better than I am at Bloodborne. I fucking suck at Bloodborne. It's fucking pathetic. All right, dudes. Thanks for hanging out with us. Tomorrow night, everybody. I think it's going to be at 7 or 8. Check Trevor's Twitter. I'll update the calendar in the morning. Love you, dudes. Say hi to Griffin for me. Peace. Raid.